Chapter 161. Wishing that mankind produces a powerhouse with 3 talents. The boss released screams of agony, foretelling its downfall. It knelt on the ground and curled up, and a large amount of blue gas emerged from it. It became increasingly more illusory. Bang! As if glass that shattered, the boss exploded into countless flakes of light. As soon as it died, the bindings on the skeletal warrior disappeared. Lin Moyu put away the skeletons. Subjected to the meteorite annihilation skill, the skeletons have been injured and need to recuperate. Killed level 39 elemental great mage, EXP plus 3,900,000. Obtained damaged searing stave. Obtained spatial crystal. Obtained talent divine stone. Obtained intermediate flash skill scroll. Damaged searing stave. Legendary weapon, has been damaged. Spatial crystal, can be made into a teleportation stone. Talent divine stone. Legendary item, has a 100% chance of awakening a talent during the 3rd awakening. Intermediate flash skill scroll, has a 100% chance of acquiring a new skill. Looking at the harvest, the always calm Lin Moyu couldn't help but feel shocked at this time. What's this all about? Except for Express, nothing else is normal. Why did a level 39 boss drop a legendary weapon? And it's a damaged legendary weapon to boot. What on earth is going on? And there's still the spatial crystal, whose price definitely isn't low. As for the talent divine stone, which has a 100% chance of awakening a talent during the 3rd awakening, its price is incalculably high. Compared to these 3 items, Lin Moyu believes that the intermediate flash skill scroll is actually the least valuable. An ordinary intermediate skill scroll is worth 10 million gold coins. An intermediate flash skill scroll, on the other hand, is worth at least 100 million, if not more. After all, it is quite rare. But compared to the other 3 items, it doesn't seem like much. Ning Yi ran over. How can this be? How can this be? She was running very fast and so her face flushed. Searing stave. It's the searing stave. Why is the searing stave here? At the same time, her face filled with excitement and intense shock. She only mentioned the searing stave and didn't say anything else. Obviously, in her eyes, the searing stave is the most valuable drop. Lin Moyu asked strangely, is there anything special about this stave? The searing stave appeared in his hand. The stave is covered in marks, and the head of the stave, where the magic crystal should have been embedded, is damaged, the magic crystal missing. Ning Yi took the stave from Lin Moyu and looked at it carefully. The more she looked at it, the more excited she became. Yes, this is it. It's exactly the same as what I have seen in pictures. The searing stave was once the weapon of a godly fire mage, Shuyan godly mage. Later, in a great war, Shuyan godly mage disappeared, along with the searing stave. Suddenly, the searing stave shone brightly and became extremely hot. Ning Yi was startled. She screamed and dropped the stave away. In the middle of light, a human figure appeared. The human figure that emerged from the stave looks the same as the boss Lin Moyu defeated just now. Lin Moyu's eyes narrowed, and he immediately pulled Ning Yi behind him. At the same time, he cast the bone armor on himself. Soul blaze burned fiercely in his palm, ready to strike at any time. Young man, don't be nervous. An overcast voice came from the human figure, carrying a strong sense of authority. The human figure gradually solidified and became clearer. Ning Yi poked her head out from behind Lin Moyu and exclaimed in surprise, "You're Shuyan godly mage." Shuyan looked curiously at Ning Yi. "Young girl, you recognize me? I saw your portrait in the Shengxia Museum and was introduced to your deeds." Lin Moyu has also heard about Shuyan godly mage. That is a character written about in history textbooks, a once famous top powerhouse of the Shengxia Empire. Only by reaching level 90 can you use the title godly, can you be called godly mage. Shuyan was a level 91 godly mage. Lin Moyu naturally is full of respect for such a character. "Greetings, Shuyan godly mage." Shuyan waved his hand and said, "Drop the formalities. I've been dead for many years. It's already impressive that you still remember me." Lin Moyu can tell that this Shuyan is a discarnate soul. He is residing in the searing stave. By relying on the powers of the searing stave and the 3rd battlefield world dungeon, he has survived to this day. The elemental great mage, the dungeon boss Lin Moyu defeated, was under his control. He used the boss to fight Lin Moyu. Shuyan said, "I don't have much time. The battle just now consumed a lot of energy. Listen to my story." Lin Moyu and Ning Yi immediately pricked up their ears and listened attentively. Shu Yan spoke with a hint of reminiscence. Back then, a time-space rift appeared on the third battlefield, connecting the human and abyssal worlds. The Abyss's elemental demon king invaded with countless demons. In response, I led the first mage legion to confront them. In the end, we launched forbidden spells to eliminate the elemental demon king and his demon army. Unfortunately, the outcome is self-evident. Both sides perished together. It is precisely because of this that the elemental plane was created. The senior figures of the Shengxia Empire must be aware of this. But for some reason, they haven't disclosed this information to the public. Shu Yan continued, in that great war, I obtained a spatial crystal. The crystal has the coordinates of a certain location in the abyss recorded inside. If you have an alchemist make it into a teleportation stone, you can head to the abyss. Lin Moyu understood that this is equivalent to a key that can be used to attack the abyss. And unlike going through an entrance, it will take you directly inside. The spatial crystal with the coordinates of a location in the abyss recorded inside, it is hard to estimate its price. Lin Moyu said, when I return, I will hand the spatial crystal over to a senior figure of the empire. Shu Yan shook his head, you can't hand it over. The spatial crystal is soul-bound, so only you can use it. Giving it to someone else would be a waste. In addition to the spatial crystal, the talent divine stone is also soul-bound. Young man, do you have a talent? Lin Moyu nodded, admitting that he has a talent. Godly talent, comprehensive amplification. However, it wasn't awakened naturally, but was awakened with the system's help. In any case, it's true that he has a talent. Shu Yan showed a delighted expression. In that case, during the second awakening, you must awaken another talent. I know it's difficult, but you must strive to achieve it. When you reach level 70 and undergo the third awakening, you can use the talent divine stone to awaken a third talent. With the boosts provided by 3 talents, your strength will reach an astonishing degree. In the history of mankind, there has only been one top powerhouse with 3 talents. You're going to be the second one. His eyes were filled with hope and expectation, hoping that mankind can produce another top powerhouse with 3 talents. Lin Moyu can feel deep love for the human race from Shu Yan. He really wishes for the mankind to become stronger. Lin Moyu was deeply touched, saying, I will do my best. Shu Yan was satisfied with Lin Moyu's answer. Lin Moyu asked, but why did you choose me? Shu Yan spoke with the haughtiness of a godly mage, I didn't like those trash. Choosing them would be a waste. I would rather these things rot here than give them to a good-for-nothing. But, some time ago, there was a young girl who was pretty good. I was nearly tempted by her. Unfortunately, she came with a party and fell a little short of my expectations. Speaking of which, it feels like that young girl is similar to you. Shu Yan looked at Lin Moyu and said, indeed, you two look quite alike. Lin Moyu's heart stirred, Senior, are you referring to her? Lin Moyu took out a photo of himself and Lin Mohan. Shu Yan responded, yes, it's her. She's quite talented, it's a shame, but she's still a bit lacking. It turns out you know each other. This is my sister, Lin Moyu said lightly. He received information about his sister. Having learned that she is fine, he can set his mind at ease. Perhaps he can see her during the class user competition. Lin Moyu asked, Senior, what was my sister's level when you saw her? Shu Yan answered, she was level 35. But that was a few months ago. I don't know about now. So fast. Lin Moyu was surprised. His sister's leveling speed is really fast. Shu Yan continued, level isn't the be-all and end-all. Take you for example, despite being only level 27, you can already solo level 30 hell rank dungeons. Looking at the human race as a whole, there probably isn't even a handful of people who can achieve the same. Besides, your class is quite special. Necromancer. It should be a new class. I haven't heard of it in my days. Your class and talent match quite well. As far as I can tell, it should be an amplification type talent. Your skeletons possess combat power that exceeds their level and attributes. Unfortunately, they still have a weakness, it's easy to restrain them. If you could awaken a relevant talent or master a corresponding anti-control skill. Shu Yan talked a lot more. He hasn't spoken for many years. This is a rare opportunity for him to say what he hadn't had a chance to say these years. Lin Moyu and Ning Yi listened attentively, not the least bit impatient. They are well aware that Shu Yan will cease to exist after they leave here. Shu Yan can't survive outside the dungeon. Lin Moyu wanted to leave the searing stave in the dungeon, but Shu Yan refused. The searing stave is damaged, but it can still be repaired. In the entire human race, there are only a few legendary weapons. An additional legendary weapon can raise humanity's combat power by a fraction. It can't go to waste. Since my soul has integrated with the stave, once it is repaired, it will become even more powerful than in the past. Find a new owner worthy of it. This is Shu Yan's last request. Lin Moyu agreed to it. Chapter 162. Kill as many as they come. The two left the dungeon along with Shu Yan's wishes. Ning Yi sighed softly. Senior Shu has devoted his whole life to mankind. Lin Moyu nodded. It is because of such seniors, who shed their blood, sweat, and tears for the human race, that we were able to survive until now under the abyss's threat. I believe that the human race will only grow stronger. Sooner or later, we will counterattack the abyss. I believe. Regarding the last sentence, Lin Moyu spoke it in his heart. He firmly believes it. When they appeared outside the dungeon, Lin Moyu and Ning Yi attracted the attention of many people. They're out. It seems they have successfully raided the dungeon. Awesome. First he soloed the Hell Rank Outpost dungeon, shone brightly on the battlefield, and survived an encounter with the Fire Demon King. And now he cleared the third Battlefield World dungeon, at Hell Rank difficulty to boot. I really wonder how he managed to do it. He has a good class and is said to have a talent. I can't even bring myself to envy him. If you compare your lot to others, you will only torture yourself. In any case, is the gap between classes really that large? This is something that livelihood-type class users frequently say. The people outside the dungeon looked at Lin Moyu with admiration in their eyes. Many of the people who came to the third battlefield have participated in the battle on the first battlefield and know about Lin Moyu. Subsequently, they thoroughly investigated Lin Moyu's exploits. Shi Xing'an and his party have already come out and are resting in the place they have stayed before. When they saw Lin Moyu and Ning Yi, they waved at them. When Lin Moyu joined them, Shi Xing'an handed him a skewer of grilled meat and said, "Come, tell us about the Hell Rank difficulty." Lin Moyu uttered in a quiet voice, "It's nothing special. In fact, it's not much different from the Nightmare Rank dungeon." He briefly explained the differences between the two difficulties. Upon hearing that the Hell Rank dungeon's boss is 100 meters tall, Shi Xing'an couldn't help but swallow. He felt that if he were to go into the Hell Rank dungeon, he would be beaten to within an inch of his life if not killed. The others in his party exchanged looks with each other, feeling a bit scared. When he heard that there was a second boss, who can silence and restrain and can cast magic shield, Shi Xing'an gave up on the idea to raid the Hell Rank dungeon. He knows how to deal with this kind of boss, and that is to have 2 or more supports in the party, lifting the negative statuses from a distance. However, it's not easy to find good supports to cooperate with. Let's just go with the Nightmare Rank difficulty. Hell Rank difficulty doesn't suit us. Shi Xing'an spoke with a self-deprecating smile. Lin Moyu said softly, "If there's anything you need me for in the future, you can come find me." Shi Xing'an patted Lin Moyu on the shoulder, saying, "Sure. If there's anything, we'll come find you. I think there's no dungeon in the world you can't solo." Shi Xing'an spoke half-jokingly. But at the same time, he knows that if they really ask him for help, Lin Moyu will definitely come and won't reject them. After chatting for a while, Shi Xing'an suddenly asked, "Brother Lin, will you continue to raid the Hell Rank dungeon?" Lin Moyu shook his head, "No. Yi and I will go hunt demons on the third battlefield and earn military merit." Shu Yan is no longer in the dungeon. Lin Moyu doesn't want to go into the dungeon anymore. The monsters in this dungeon don't leave a corpse after being killed. This makes no difference to others. But to Lin Moyu, who needs corpses to use corpse explosion, it's not an optimal level grinding ground. In fact, it would be better to go back to the academy and choose a suitable dungeon in the dungeon hall. The mission by Yi Yuan assigned Lin Moyu involved obtaining elemental crystal and demon crystal. He already completed everything, but he's not in a rush to go back and submit the mission. Since he's already here, he might as well kill some more demons. Military merit is very useful. It can be used on military facilities. Moreover, with high military merit, you can enhance your military rank and unlock more privileges. After resting for a while, Lin Moyu and Ning Yi got up and left to hunt demons. If they can run into a spatial channel, that would be great. Lin Moyu would be able to use corpse explosion to its fullest. But that kind of opportunity is rare. After all, this is just the third battlefield. It's not the 7th or 8th battlefields, where there are more demons. After Lin Moyu and Ning Yi left, Shi Xing'an and company continued to rest, waiting for the dungeon's cooldown period to pass. At their level, killing some man-eaters is not an issue. However, if they encounter a group of demons, things will be dangerous. Therefore, they would rather wait here than go to the third battlefield and lose their little lives. Most people are like them. To become a demon hunter, you must either be a level 38 or 39 class user and form a party with other class users of the same level, or you have to be a level 40 high-level class user who has completed the second awakening. And even if you meet one of the two conditions, your safety still won't be guaranteed. Parties are often destroyed and level 40 high-level class users are frequently killed. The third battlefield is the place where humans hunt abyssal demons as well as where abyssal demons prey on humans. Liang Yu watched the two disappear into the thick mist and couldn't help but say softly, Junior Lin is really awesome. He can actually hunt demons in the third battlefield while level 27. Shi Xing'an said in a quiet voice, since he's able to solo higher level hell rank dungeons, mere demons should pose no problem to him. He has many powerful skeletons, and they include both warriors and mages. He's like a one-man army. Liang Yu naturally knows all this, but she still sighed. Unfortunately, his skeletons can't receive status buffs, or else they would have been even more powerful. In previous battles, they witnessed that neither Prophet nor Legion Overlord can apply status buffs to the skeletons. Shi Xing'an smiled and said, they're already strong enough. If they could also receive status buffs, then that would make them beyond incredible. I feel sorry for those people in the same grouping as Junior Lin in the class user competition. Lin Moyu belongs to the level 20 to level 29 group. In this group, Lin Moyu is without match. Liang Yu smiled and said, thinking of those guys, they're really unfortunate. We can't miss Junior Lin's matches. It will surely be a spectacle. She smiled with schadenfreude, imagining the expressions others will make after losing to Lin Moyu. The more Liang Yu thought about it, the funnier it seemed. She decided not to miss a single one of Lin Moyu's matches. After they had eaten their fill, Shen Xing'an and company closed their eyes to rest, waiting for the cooldown period to pass. After a while, a beam of light abruptly illuminated the sky, followed by a buzzing alarm. Everyone woke with a start, and then looked in a certain direction. The light and alarm are both coming from the nearby human fortress. Several high-level class users ran out of the fortress. Demons are attacking. Prepare to face them. Demons are attacking. Prepare to face them. Demons are attacking. Prepare to face them. A deafening voice echoed in the area. Some people stood up nervously, while others looked indifferent, as if they were used to this. Why are you panicking? A large spatial channel was probably opened nearby and was detected by the fortress. Don't worry. With the fortress guards here, things will be fine. At most, there will be 100 demons and a few thousand man-eaters coming. With so many people here, it'll be easy to handle them. If you stay here long enough, you'll get used to such a thing. This is a frequent occurrence, taking place once or twice a month. Many class users have stayed here for a long time and are familiar with the general situation. They didn't feel any danger, nor did they feel strange. As they spoke, others began to gradually settle down. Shi Xing'an drew his sword. Since this is the first time he encountered such a thing here, he can't help but be cautious. The fortress guards set up their battle formations, pointing in the direction of the demons. In the distance, dark mist can be seen rolling violently. Crap! Liang Yu suddenly exclaimed in surprise. Shi Xing'an quickly asked, what's wrong? Liang Yu pointed ahead and said, Brother Lin went in that direction. What? Shi Xing'an's broke out in a cold sweat. Even high-level fortress guards were deployed. From this, you can imagine how powerful the incoming demons are. There is likely a large number of high-level demons present. The gap between level 40 and level 39 is like an unsurmountable chasm. This is true for both class users and demons. Although Lin Moyu is powerful, but if he encounters high-level demons, Shi Xing'an couldn't help but worry about Lin Moyu. Liang Yu stared ahead, saying, don't worry. Maybe Junior Lin changed directions and missed the demons. I hope so. Shi Xing'an could only console himself. Unfortunately, Lin Moyu did encounter this wave of demons. A huge spatial channel suddenly appeared in front of him. This time the spatial channel is at least twice as large as the last time. The abyss's energy flooded out like black dragons, and a large number of man-eaters appeared on the third battlefield. Immediately after, a large number of crimson eyes appeared in the spatial channel, and many demons rushed out. They crossed the spatial channel and entered the human world, exuding a bloodthirsty aura. Human flesh, delicious human flesh, here I come. I can finally taste the delicious human flesh of legend. I am salivating already, demons bellowed as they emerged. Before they could take a good look at the human world, several large blades containing explosive red light have already fallen on them. Excruciating pain transmitted into their heads from the large blades, and they unleashed miserable screams. A buzzing rose, and then the whole world appeared to get faster. The blades of the skeletal warriors became as fast as lightning, while elemental spells flying their way became even faster than lightning. How are they so fast? Why are they so fast? Where have we arrived? Isn't this the dimensional battlefield? Under the curse, it is they who slowed down, not others who became faster. The demons had their wings chopped off. Lin Moyu won't give them a chance to escape through the sky. Hee, just as I said, we encountered a spatial channel. Ning Yi smiled happily. She just recently proclaimed they will encounter another spatial channel. A few minutes later, a spatial channel did indeed appear. Her words worked like a good luck charm. Before the demons could charge out, skeletal warriors had already surrounded the spatial channel, ready to trap and kill as many demons as they come. Screams of agony only rose until the skeletal warriors killed the first demon. Subsequently, a violent explosion sounded. The area in front of the spatial channel suddenly quieted down. The dozen-plus demons that just emerged from the spatial channel were all killed by the explosion. Killed level 38 Abyssal Wolf Demon, EXP plus 380,000, Military Merit plus 50. Obtained Demon Blood Essence. Killed level 37 Abyssal Snake Demon, EXP plus 370,000, Military Merit plus 50. Obtained Demon Blood Essence. The 2 military badges sparkled, receiving 800 military merit. Chapter 163. Which big shot has taken action? This time, Lin Moyu didn't throw corpses into the spatial channel. Instead, he waited for the demons to charge out, and then take them down. This is all in order not to provoke the Fire Demon King. With his current abilities, he is no match for the Fire Demon King. The gap between them is just too big. The first 2 times he was lucky. If his luck were a bit smaller, he might have died already. If he provokes the Fire Demon King again, Lin Moyu can't guarantee he will be able to escape with his life. He is confident he will be able to surpass the Fire Demon King in the future. As for right now, he's still far from being strong enough. 2 minutes later, a large number of red dots lit up again in the spatial channel. These are eyes, emitting red light like lanterns. Another group of demons rushed out. Before they could see the world clearly, before they could let out a roar, they heard a loud rumble. Their eyes lost focus and their consciousness collapsed. They died directly. After killing the first batch, things became much easier. Lin Moyu put down his hand, which he had raised to release his skills. With just one skill, he can kill many abyssal demons in an instant, easy peasy. Both military merit and express shot up. This time Lin Moyu earned nearly 1,000 military merit. Coupled with the first wave, he has earned about 1,800 military merit. His military badge shone brightly, and a star appeared on its surface. Having reached more than 10,000 military merit, Lin Moyu finally became a 1-star lieutenant. Many demon hunters have to spend a year and a half in the 3rd battlefield before they can earn 10,000 military merit. Yet for Lin Moyu, it's a piece of cake. Ning Yi chuckled, you have finally become a 1-star lieutenant. I will join you soon. The difference in military merit between the two isn't large, only around 600. Lin Moyu's military rank has been promoted. As such, Ning Yi's promotion is just around the corner. Lin Moyu smiled and said, you should be promoted soon. Ning Yi's pretty face suddenly turned red, and she said bashfully, what do you mean by give birth one? What nonsense is this? Lin Moyu was startled, and then realized that his words were mistaken. He chuckled and said, I mean your military rank can be promoted. Ning Yi realized she made a mistake. She snorted, then blushed and spoke no more. Shortly after, the 3rd wave of demons rushed out. There was a familiar explosion, and this wave of demons bit the dust. Ning Yi's military badge shone brightly, and a star appeared on it. The larger the size of the spatial channel, the more stable it is. This spatial channel has lasted more than 10 minutes so far. From start to finish, 6 waves of demons have emerged. Altogether, there were nearly 100 abyssal demons, and they provided the two with more than 5,000 military merit each. The corpses outside the channel have piled up into small mounds. The skeletal warriors had to clear some of them to avoid blocking the channel. At this point, the spatial channel gradually distorted and finally became unstable. Lin Moyu made a rough estimation, there should be one more wave. Sure enough, pairs of crimson eyes appeared behind the channel in no time. This time the number was small. There were only 4 pairs of eyes, and they weren't bunched together, but spaced out. Lin Moyu felt a chill in his heart. High-level demons. High-level demons are huge, and they possess tremendous strength. The spatial channel can't accommodate too many high-level demons. Upon coming out, they would act as leaders of the demons that came out before them. They would summon the man-eaters and launch an offensive against the human class users on the third battlefield. This would highly likely impact the class users outside the nearby third battlefield world dungeon. Despite being this far apart, abyssal demons still can sense the smell of human class users. But they were out of luck and met Lin Moyu. From behind the spatial channel, you can't see the situation in the dimensional battlefield. As a result, waves of troops lined up to deliver military merit. Finally, the last wave arrived. 4 high-level demons arrived at the dimensional battlefield through the spatial channel. Boom! Before they could react, an explosion descended. The 4 high-level demons unleashed miserable cries and flew out. As high-level demons, whether it's in terms of combat power or health, they are far above ordinary demons. They can't be killed with just one explosion. They sensed the smell of corpses, the smell of demon corpses. Something transpired here. The demons that came out before them are all dead. Boom! Another violent explosion occurred. The 4 demons suffered serious damage once again. Lin Moyu didn't give them the chance to struggle and resist. He cast Corpse Explosion another 2 times in a row. The 4 demons bid farewell to the world. Killed level 40 Abyssal Blade Demon, EXP plus 800,000, military merit plus 500. 4 identical notifications appeared. Lin Moyu and Ning Yi's military merit suddenly increased by 2,000. Abyssal Blade Demons have 8 arms, and their arms are shaped like sharp blades. One can imagine how amazing they are when swung. It's a shame, but they died without even being able to swing a single blade. The spatial channel's distortion became increasingly more intense, rippling unceasingly as if waves. Although crimson eyes have reappeared behind the spatial channel, but the unstable spatial channel made them hesitate. You don't dare to come. The corners of Lin Moyu's mouth rose slightly. He willed, and 2 skeletons threw 2 Abyssal Blade Demons' corpses toward the spatial channel. At the moment when the Abyssal Blade Demon corpses entered the spatial channel, Lin Moyu activated his skill. Faint cries came from behind the spatial channel. At the same time, notifications flooded in. Killed level 40 Abyssal Blade Demon, EXP plus 800,000, military merit plus 500. Killed level 40 Abyssal Shadow Demon, EXP plus 800,000, military merit plus 500. A dozen plus notifications appeared in a row. Lin Moyu and Ning Yi's military merit suddenly increased by 7,000 each. At this time, the 2 military badges turned hot and brilliant. Another star appeared on the 2 silver military badges. 20,000 plus military merit, 2-star lieutenant. The last wave was a boon. Ning Yi jumped up happily. I was promoted too. I became a dad too, so quickly. Is it a boy or a girl? Lin Moyu joked. Ning Yi's excitement came to a halt, and her face turned beet red. She snorted, turned around, and lowered her head, ignoring the other party. He's usually a slowpoke, so why is he suddenly reacting so quickly? It was just a mistake. Ning Yi blushed. All of a sudden, her small hands entered a pair of large warm hands. Lin Moyu smiled and said, let's go. Ning Yi lowered her head and blushed, but didn't resist, allowing Lin Moyu to pull her away. The spatial channel ruptured like a bubble and disappeared without a trace. Only the demon corpses scattered on the ground remained. Next to the third battlefield world dungeon, hundreds of class users are on high alert, ready for battle. But no matter how long they waited, they didn't see any demons. The fortress's alarm can't be wrong. A large spatial channel has indeed appeared nearby. But why can't they see any demons? Now that the spatial channel has disappeared, where have the demons gone? At this time, the fortress guards moved in the direction of the spatial channel. The class users followed behind. After walking for a while, they saw corpses strewn on the ground. The ground is littered with demon corpses, some piled into small mounds. What's going on? Who killed this many demons? There are not only ordinary demons, but also level 40 high-level demons. Those are abyssal blade demons. They're quite difficult to deal with. Why did they die so easily? Did some big shot passing by slaughter these guys? That was really fast. These demons clearly didn't resist. They were killed instantly. Shi Xing'an and his party exchanged looks with each other. They found this scene familiar. Liang Yu said uncertainly, "Is this Junior Lin's doing?" Shi Xing'an said in a low voice, "It's very likely. Junior Lin is fully capable to achieve this. I was worried about him. It seems my worries were superfluous. For Junior Lin to come here to hunt demons, he must be confident." Shen Xing'an and company breathed a sigh of relief, then Shi Xing'an waved his hand, "Let's go back and continue level grinding. After we reach level 35, we can also become demon hunters and earn military merit by killing demons." Okay. They promptly returned, preparing to enter the dungeon. The others looked at the demon corpses and studied them for a long time, yet couldn't come up with anything. In the end, they could only return. At least the demons have been dealt with. It's not a bad thing. Killing demons is the responsibility and obligation of the entire human race. In the following days, Lin Moyu and Ning Yi wandered deep in the third battlefield. Unfortunately, they didn't encounter a spatial channel again. They could only find a demon occasionally. What they encountered the most was man-eaters. After 4 days, their military merit increased by a slight amount. Lin Moyu's military merit reached 24,311, which is still a ways from 3-star lieutenant. Ning Yi said softly, "We should go back tomorrow. There are still 3 days left until the class user competition. Return to Shajing Academy tomorrow, take a break for a day, and then meet up with Zhang Taotao and others, proceed to Nanhong City and participate in the class user competition." Lin Moyu's calculations are similar. They have been out in the third battlefield 7 days already. Lin Moyu has completed his assigned mission already. It's time to go back. He needs to go back to Shajing Academy to submit the mission. Ning Yi looked at the sky and said, "Unfortunately, we can't see the stars or the sunrise in here." Lin Moyu stroked Ning Yi's head and said, "Nanhong City is located by the sea. We can go to the sea and watch the sunrise together." Ning Yi's eyes lit up, and she said, "There is a small island not far from Nanhong City, and there is a dungeon on that island. It is said that there is a tall mountain deep in the dungeon, from where you can see the most beautiful sunrise." Lin Moyu smiled and said, "Okay, let's go there." Regarding such a small request, Lin Moyu naturally can fulfill it. Buzz. The sound of vibrations rose. The two exchanged a look and simultaneously took out the point teleportation stone they received from Mo Yun. Battlefield Ghost King. Ning Yi let out a cry. "Let's go." 1. This is a play on words. Should be promoted EA and should give birth EC, both read, Gai Sheng. 2. This is piggybacking on 1. Chapter 164. Wang Zihao, it's all because of you. The Battlefield Ghost King, a level 39 world rank boss, will randomly appear between the first and third battlefields. And each time it appears, it will only stay for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, it will disappear again. This makes it very difficult to hunt it. When talking about bosses in the whole world that have been killed the least number of times, the Battlefield Ghost King must be included in the conversation. This time, the Battlefield Ghost King appeared on the second battlefield. Coincidentally, Mo Yun found it. In addition to Mo Yun, another group of people found it as well. On the ground, a team of 12 class users is launching attacks against Mo Yun. Arrows and magic skills exploded in the air like fireworks. Mo Yun, riding her unicorn, swiftly moved through the air and dodged the attacks. The unicorn is enveloped in a mass of light, reminiscent of a mage's magic shield. At the same time, the unicorn belched energy balls in counterattack. Unfortunately, the opponent has 2 knights, who take turns defending against Mo Yun's attacks. They are inferior to Mo Yun in both individual strength and class. But they have numbers, status buffs, and complete class configuration on their side. Mo Yun, on the other hand, is just a single person. Both sides can only fight to a draw. Mo Yun was tied down by them and couldn't extricate herself. Meanwhile, another team of 8 has gone to attack the Battlefield Ghost King. If the Battlefield Ghost King is defeated by the team of 8, it will take at least a month for it to reappear. Mo Yun frowned, looking slightly anxious. Why haven't they come yet? She has already called Lin Moyu and Ning Yi. With Lin Moyu's strength, things can still be turned around. As this thought arose in Ma Yun's mind, the space next to her twisted, and Lin Moyu and Ning Yi appeared. Magic skills and arrows shot their way. Mo Yun directed the unicorn to block in front of the two. However, it couldn't possibly block them all. Some attacks still fell on Lin Moyu and Ning Yi. The bone armor shone brightly. We've been attacked. Has the boss fight started already? Mo Yun unleashed a skill, and the light around the unicorn rapidly enlarged and enveloped both Lin Moyu and Ning Yi. The light can block all attacks and allow Lin Moyu and Ning Yi to float in the air. Now that his sight was restored, Lin Moyu looked around. Ning Yi asked, Sister Yun, what's going on? Mo Yun said, I discovered the battlefield Ghost King. By coincidence, there were people from the Dynasty Guild nearby. The rest is quite obvious. They fought her over the boss. This kind of thing is common in the wild. Not to mention that the world boss will drop blackened soul crystal, which is of great interest to large guilds. Upon hearing the words Dynasty Guild, Lin Moyu thought of what transpired at the Shihai Mine dungeon. His eyes turned cold, and he looked at the people on the ground launching attacks. Judging by their clothing, they are indeed members of the Dynasty Guild. It's really them. Ning Yi was curious and asked, have you come across the Dynasty Guild before? Lin Moyu briefly explained what happened in front of the Shihai Mine dungeon before. At that time, determined to enter Shajing Academy, he was in a hurry to level grind, treating anyone standing in his way as an enemy. The Dynasty Guild is known for its domineering and overbearing behavior in the class user community. But blocking a dungeon, thinking about it, the Dynasty Guild is indeed capable of doing such a thing. Ning Yi smiled and said, they blocked the dungeon because of the Goblin King's ring. Too bad. Lin Moyu killed people from the Dynasty Guild and has a grudge against them. Unexpectedly, he met them here again. The world is really small. Enemies are bound to meet. Lin Moyu's mouth drew an arc and his temperament changed, becoming colder than usual. Lin Moyu. All of a sudden, a roar came from below. Lin Moyu looked over and saw Wang Zihao. Why is he here? At this moment, Wang Zihao is looking at him with strong hatred in his eyes. Ning Yi asked strangely, who is that? Do you know him? Lin Moyu briefly explained what happened during the Great Examination. Ning Yi immediately understood and then said with disdain, so it's a spineless coward. Such a person deserves to be failed. Mo Yun said softly, he is the Dynasty Guild's junior guild leader. For his sake, the Dynasty Guild came here in search of blackened soul crystal. So that's how it is. The Dynasty Guild wants Wang Zihao to sublimate his class at level 40, during the Second Awakening, and become a formidable legendary class user. At this time, however, Wang Zihao just reached level 20. They're a little overzealous. Meanwhile, skills can be heard exploding not far away. The other team of the Dynasty Guild has already engaged the battlefield Ghost King. Mo Yun uttered, an anxious look on her face, what now? She was momentarily at a loss for what to do. Although she knows that Lin Moyu is strong, but she doesn't know how strong he is. The class users on the ground are from the Dynasty Guild, and their levels range from level 35 to level 38. She isn't sure if Lin Moyu can deal with them. Lin Moyu contemplated for a moment and then said, go tie the other team down. Don't let them defeat the boss. I'll deal with the people here first, and then meet up with you. Mo Yun made a sound of assent, okay. If I can't defeat the boss, I won't let them defeat it either. Mo Yun promptly descended to the ground and said in a low voice, be careful. With that, she rode the unicorn and charged toward the boss. The team of the Dynasty Guild was about to stop her, when Wang Zihao said angrily, don't worry about her. Let's deal with Lin Moyu first. As the junior guild leader, Wang Zihao's words in the Dynasty Guild are nearly absolute. Not to mention that Lin Moyu is a much easier target than Mo Yun. After all, Lin Moyu is only level 27. Ning Yi's level is even lower, level 26. As for their team, except for Wang Zihao, the other 11 people are level 35 at the lowest and level 38 at the highest. A level 27 nobody like Lin Moyu is a piece of cake. Wang Zihao's anger grew as he stared at Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu, I didn't expect to run into you here. Did you know, while you entered Shajing Academy, I didn't have any academy to enter. It's all because of you. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have failed. If it weren't for you, I would have become the provincial top scorer. As he spoke, he lost control of his emotions, looking like a madman. A red light emanated from his body, and Wang Zihao unconsciously entered the state of frenzy. He clearly has very poor control over his class's skill. His class is Berserker, so his control over emotions was very poor to begin with. He could explode at the drop of a hat. This was even more so the case after the great examination. He didn't try to reflect on himself, but instead attributed the responsibility for his failures to Lin Moyu. This kind of person is sad. Ning Yi said strangely, there's something wrong with this guy's head. He failed to get into Shajing Academy because of his own shortcomings. It has nothing to do with others. Lin Moyu said, there's indeed something wrong with his head. He couldn't quite understand why Wang Zihao has such a deep-seated hatred toward him. Now he finally realized that everything stemmed from jealousy. In other words, he's too small-minded. Wang Zihao, feeling provoked again, shouted, what are you spacing out for? Go kill him. A level 38 knight, equipped with gold rank equipment, started the charge skill and rushed toward Lin Moyu. While in a fully buffed state, he can unleash extremely high combat power. The power of the knight class is mainly reflected in the strength and physique attributes. For an ordinary level 38 knight class, the basic strength attribute exceeds 4,000. Coupled with equipment and status buffs, the attribute exceeds 10,000. In Wang Zihao's view, this isn't something Lin Moyu can match. It's like using a sledgehammer on a nut. No matter how amazing Lin Moyu is, he is just a rookie who just recently awakened his class. As if he already envisioned the tragic scene of Lin Moyu being killed by the knight, Wang Zihao revealed a sinister smile on his face. At this moment, he looks like an abyssal demon. When the knight got close, a skeletal warrior appeared in front of Lin Moyu. The skeletal warrior unleashed its skill, and its blade erupted with red light. The knight's countenance changed greatly, and a sense of mortal danger filled his body, telling him that he may lose his life. Without thinking, he immediately raised his shield. The level 27 skeletal warrior's strength attribute has reached 22,500, while its skill raises its strength by 200%. Its attack power has exceeded the limit of the knight's defense. With a loud bang, the knight flew backwards and dropped to the ground. He was seriously injured with just one strike. This outcome came as a shock to his team. Wang Zihao's smile froze. He couldn't believe his eyes. The team's healer quickly healed the knight. Wang Zihao reacted and barked, archers, mages, kill him. In an instant, magic spells and arrows poured down. This team consists of 2 tanks, 3 supports, and 7 damage dealers. Excluding Wang Zihao himself, the other 6 damage dealers are 3 archers and 3 mages. They can unleash impressive combat power. Lin Moyu snorted coldly. In an instant, a large number of skeletal warriors appeared and rushed out lightning fast, accompanied by clicking sounds. Skeletal mages followed closely behind and released their skills. Fire type, Flame Burst. Water type, Frozen Tempest. Wind type, Cyclone Storm. Lightning type, Thunderstruck. In an instant, under the shocked gazes of Wang Zihao and company, more than 100 magic spells overwhelmed them. The mages' magic shield was torn apart almost in an instant. The archers used their evasion skills and nimbly evaded the large amount of attacks. Unfortunately, the magic spells weren't limited to single target attacks, but also contained AoE attacks. The archers couldn't evade the AoE attacks. The knights raised their shields and protected the supports behind them. The healer constantly used his skills to heal everyone. Screams echoed one after another. After the skeletal mages unleashed a volley of concentrated fire, some of the class users suffered serious injuries. The healer's skills provided timely treatment. The one who suffered the most was Wang Zihao. Even though he used his frenzy skill, which greatly increased his defense, but his level is too low. He's only level 20. He was brought to the brink of death. If it weren't for a knight dragging him under his shield, he would have died already. How can this be? How are they so strong? Why does he also have mage-type summons? Wang Zihao murmured to himself, looking like he lost his mind. Subsequently, the skeletal warriors appeared in front of them. Blades rose and fell. Chapter 165. Killing people, detonating corpses, fighting over the boss. When skeletal warriors are fighting a boss, it always takes them quite a while to beat it. That's because bosses have extremely high health. The health of bosses is dozens of times higher than that of knights of the same level. Even if they have the same physique attribute, if they're subjected to identical attacks, it will take dozens of times as much time to kill bosses as it will take to kill knights. Knights are tanks. In boss raids, they are usually at the very front. Without healers providing treatment from behind, knights stand no chance against bosses. It's not that their attack power is inferior, but that there's a vast difference in health. As such, the role skeletal warriors play when facing class users is much greater than when fighting bosses. After several skill-powered strikes, the knights were already at their limit. Skill: Extreme Defense. The knights unleashed their final life-saving skill. The healer promptly released his skills to treat the knights. Even so, this is only a stopgap. They have been surrounded by a bunch of skeletal warriors and can't escape. The second volley of magic attacks fell. Screams sounded. The healer's skills were half a beat late, and a mage collapsed. Wang Zihao saw Lin Moyu raise his hand through a gap. He remembered the terrifying skill he saw Lin Moyu use in the battle space. No, his scream was drowned by an explosion. After the blare, only the two knights were still alive. Their extreme defense skill saved their lives. But that just prolonged their lives by a little. They looked at Lin Moyu with fear on their faces, unable to understand how a level 27 class user can be this powerful. After they saw the military badge on Lin Moyu's chest, they realized they were done for. 2-star lieutenant, that's equivalent to at least 20,000 military merit. How many demons, how many man-eaters do you have to kill to reach this military rank? This is a representation of strength. It seems they fell into a frying pan covered with poisonous thorns. At this time, the team of 8 from the Dynasty Guild was fighting the battlefield Ghost King. This team is clearly stronger than the team with Wang Zihao. The Great Knight at the head of the team is a level 42 high-level class user who has undergone the Second Awakening. The team also has a Great Mage and a Great Elder, who is responsible for healing, and they are also high-level class users. The other class users are level 39. As such, defeating the level 39 battlefield Ghost King shouldn't be a problem. Mo Yun harassed them from midair, but it wasn't very effective. The level 40 Great Mage faced Mo Yun, tying her hands. His skills are very powerful. Mo Yun's Shield of Light can only last 2 attacks before breaking. Moreover, he has mastered several AoE offensive skills. Mo Yun was fully restrained and couldn't achieve her goal. Although this may slow down the boss raid, but as long as the Great Knight stands strong, the boss can be ground down. Mo Yun grew anxious. Suddenly, she received a party invitation from Lin Moyu. She joined Lin Moyu's party without hesitation. It's over that fast. Mo Yun lowered her head and noticed Lin Moyu and Ning Yi running this way, accompanied by a few skeletons. The skeletons are holding corpses. Those are the other team's knights. Mo Yun turned behind and looked toward the distance. She only saw dead bodies piled up on the ground. He really killed them all. Mo Yun's heart trembled. Despite how haughty and cold she is, Mo Yun has only killed monsters so far. She has never killed people before. She heard Lin Moyu talk about killing people earlier, but she didn't quite believe it. But now she has witnessed it with my own eyes. He really killed people. While she was distracted, a huge fireball exploded beside her. The unicorn underneath her let out a grunt and was flung away together with her. Although they weren't injured, but they were out of sorts. After the Great Mage knocked Mo Yun back, he revealed a cold smile, as if mocking her for overestimating herself. Suddenly, he saw something flying towards him. Is this a corpse? The Great Mage wasn't certain. The dark figure seems to be dripping blood. The corpse landed at the Great Mage's feet, and the smell of blood spread. The Dynasty Guild's clothes. This is one of ours. The Great Mage's eyes shrank, and a chilling sensation welled up inside him. But it was already too late. The corpse exploded with a loud bang. The Great Mage's magic shield shattered, and he was flung in the air. The rest of the team was also impacted by the explosion. Then, another corpse flew over and exploded above the team. The health of the knights is the highest among the class users. As such, using knight corpses for corpse explosion will unleash the greatest power. After 2 consecutive explosions, apart from the Great Knight, the team was annihilated. Only the Great Knight, who was located far away, beyond the range of the explosions, was safe. Mo Yun stared blankly, feeling numb inside. She and the unicorn trembled, unable to believe their eyes. Things were resolved so easily. The team responsible for attacking the boss, which she had no way to deal with, was easily wiped out. How is this possible? Was I hit by a spirit-type skill? Am I seeing an illusion? Did they really die just like that? Figurative question marks popped up on Mo Yun's head. The Great Knight, who was fighting the boss, shouted, "Great Elder, heal me." He called twice, but he still wasn't treated. The boss's attacks are very fierce, and without the help of a healer, he won't be able to hold on for long. Without treatment, he had no choice but to activate his life-saving skill, Extreme Defense. His defense instantly increased to the limit. The boss was no longer able to cause him much damage. He took this opportunity to turn around. He wanted to see what the Great Elder was doing. He looked behind and then felt his blood run cold. The team disappeared, replaced by skeletons, who were charging toward him. What is this? Where did these skeletons come from? Where has the team gone? His first reaction was to run away. Buzz. With a soft sound, a large tract of red light appeared overhead. He noticed that the boss suddenly slowed down. Not only the boss, but he himself also slowed down. Both he and the boss have a red chain pattern on their heads. Crap, it's a curse. He entered slow motion. The skeletal warriors quickly rushed over and surrounded him and the boss. Skeletal warriors launched their skill, and their blades landed on him. Restrained by the curse, he wasn't able to dodge. He is still under the effect of extreme defense, and so the skeletal warrior's berserk strike skill didn't deal any damage to him, it only greatly shortened extreme defense's duration. An indescribable terror welled up inside him. He wanted to escape, but was trapped by the skeletal warriors. The skeletal warriors proceeded to attack, and extreme defense's duration grew shorter and shorter. Seeing that extreme defense is about to end, the Great Knight barked, "Group protection." A sphere of light, which looks similar to a mage's shield, appeared around him. It is a group protection skill. Although it isn't as powerful as extreme defense, but it can be used in emergency situations. This is his final struggle. At this time, several corpses appeared above him, and he heard deafening explosions. The first explosion caused group protection to collapse. The second explosion dealt massive damage and shaved away most of his health. The third explosion wiped out his consciousness, and he died. When he died, the battlefield Ghost King lost its targets. It let out a sharp cry and then focused on Lin Moyu. The explosion of the three corpses dealt the battlefield Ghost King significant damage. As a result, Lin Moyu became its primary target. The battlefield Ghost King suddenly turned into smoke, passed through the encirclement of the skeletal warriors, and reappeared in front of Lin Moyu. When it turned into smoke, the power of the curse disappeared. After it resumed its physical state, the curse was gone, as if it had been devoured. Subsequently, its huge palm slammed down. "Be careful." Mo Yun snapped out of her shock and quickly gave a warning. Lin Moyu didn't dodge, but faced its palm head-on. He has full confidence in bone armor. Battlefield Ghost King World Boss. Level 39. Strength 25,000. Agility 20,000. Spirit 20,000. Physique 25,000. Skills: Nothingness, Bewitch, Health Absorption. Characteristics: Halved physical damage, holy type damage increased by 50%. Lin Moyu used detection and gained a general understanding of the battlefield Ghost King's skills and attributes. It has high attributes. In particular, it surpassed the skeletal warriors in terms of the strength and physique attributes. Coupled with the halved physical damage characteristic, matched with the boss's formidable health, it'll probably take the skeletal warriors a while to kill it. As long as it doesn't have any control-type skills, there's nothing to worry about. Lin Moyu will no longer have to act as a meat shield. Skeletal warriors surround the battlefield Ghost King and attacked it like crazy, while skeletal mages continuously released their skills. Physical and magic attacks engulfed the battlefield Ghost King. Mo Yun was dumbfounded. In the next moment, she joined the battle. The unicorn underneath her launched attacks non-stop. The unicorn's attacks contain the holy attribute. Thanks to the battlefield Ghost King's holy type damage increased by 50% characteristic, the unicorn's attacks have pretty good effect. In just half a minute, the battlefield Ghost King suffered more damage than it had suffered in 10+ minutes of fighting the team from the Dynasty Guild. It emitted an ear-piercing cry. Skill: Bewitch. Mo Yun's eyes suddenly lost focus. Subsequently, the unicorn's neighing awakened her. Mo Yun broke out in a cold sweat. She was actually bewitched. She looked at Lin Moyu again. It seems like he wasn't affected. Not only he, but Ning Yi is also fine. The bone armor shone brightly, blocking the bewitch skill. Skill: Health Absorption. The battlefield Ghost King used another skill. Invisible chains landed on the people and skeletons alike, and the battlefield Ghost King began to absorb health. The bone armor shone brightly. The battlefield Ghost King wasn't able to absorb the health of Lin Moyu and Ning Yi. Mo Yun's unicorn released a mass of light, firmly protecting her. As for the skeletal warriors, they have no health. The battlefield Ghost King roared repeatedly, but to no avail. Its health rapidly decreased. It used nothingness several times, but that only delayed the inevitable for a moment. When the nothingness skill was active, it was immune to physical attacks and could devour the power of the curse. During that time, the skeletal warriors' attacks were rendered useless. But the skeletal mages' magic skills could still cause it damage. When nothingness ended, Lin Moyu would cast slowing curse right away. Thanks to the skeletons, which have no health, and the bone armor, which is immune to all negative statuses, the battlefield Ghost King was completely restrained. The battlefield Ghost King grew weaker. Mo Yun was excited, clenching her fists, at last. Chapter 166. Did you poke a demon nest? Mo Yun has been waiting for this moment for a long time. If that weren't the case, she would have already advanced to level 40 and undergone the second awakening. Everything else was ready. She was just waiting for Blackened Soul Crystal. To say that she's not nervous or excited, that would be a lie. As long as she gets her hands on a Blackened Soul Crystal, she will have a 60% chance of sublimating her class. As a Holy Summoner, she will have a chance to become a Holy Spirit Summoner. Whether it's in terms of attributes or power, they will be significantly upgraded. People only know about the elementary, intermediate, advanced, superior, and legendary grades of classes. In fact, there are grades above legendary. Her Holy Summoner class is just a low-level legendary class. There are 2 more grades above, namely mid-level and high-level. However, mid-level and high-level legendary classes can't be awakened during the first class awakening ceremony. Class users can sublimate their classes only during the second and third awakenings. I must undergo the second awakening and become a Holy Spirit Summoner. The family and all its splendor shall be succeeded by me. Mo Yun clenched her fists and stared at the battlefield Ghost King without blinking. The battlefield Ghost King was about to die. Blackened Soul Crystal was nearly in her grasp. Her palms started sweating, and her heartbeat grew faster, pounding loudly in her chest. Finally, accompanied by a sharp cry, the battlefield Ghost King was killed. Killed battlefield Ghost King, EXP plus 2,600,000. Obtained Ghost King's dagger. Obtained Ghost King's sword. Obtained Ghost King's heart. Obtained Blackened Soul Crystal X5. Ghost King's dagger, assassin type class exclusive platinum rank weapon, all attributes plus 800, increases the power of assassin type skills by 60%. Supplementary skill, nothingness. Nothingness, can enter a state of nothingness for 30 seconds and gain immunity to physical attacks, cooldown period of 5 minutes. Ghost King, swordsman type class exclusive platinum rank weapon, all attributes plus 800, increases the power of warrior type skills by 60%. Supplementary skill, bloodthirsty strike. Bloodthirsty strike, with strength as the basis, can absorb health to heal while attacking, cooldown period of 5 minutes. Ghost King's heart, main ingredient for making Ghost King accessory. Blackened Soul Crystal, increases the probability of class sublimation during the second class awakening. The battlefield Ghost King, as a world rank boss, despite being only level 39, still dropped platinum rank weapons. Platinum weapons are different from gold weapons. They not only provide greater boost to attributes and greater amplification to skills, but they still have another feature. Many platinum weapons come with special supplementary skills. Supplementary skills have a random nature, that is, even if it is 2 identical platinum weapons, they will come with different supplementary skills. Some supplementary skills are very powerful. Even if the increase in attributes is poor, the weapons are still top-notch. Other supplementary skills are trash, and the platinum weapons are trash as well. Some low-level platinum weapons with average attributes and useless skills can't even compare to top-notch gold weapons like the Hell Outpost set. Other platinum weapons, which have a godly skill, can be classified as top-notch weapons. The Ghost King's dagger this time comes with the nothingness skill, which is a very good skill. Immunity to physical attacks for 30 seconds. When facing pure physical type class users, this skill is simply invincible for 30 seconds, and can be considered as a godly skill. Lin Moyu threw the dagger to Ning Yi, which made her overjoyed. She naturally can tell that the nothingness skill is very good. This is for you. Lin Moyu took out a Blackened Soul Crystal and threw it to Mo Yun. It was agreed upon that she would get only 1 Blackened Soul Crystal. In Mo Yun's eyes, the value of the blackened soul crystal far exceeds that of anything else. Mo Yun carefully put away the blackened soul crystal and then said, "We're pretty lucky. It even dropped the Ghost King's heart. The Ghost King's heart is the main ingredient for making the Ghost King's necklace. The Ghost King's necklace is a great boss accessory, and it is worth a lot of money. If you can't find a suitable alchemist." When she reached this point, Mo Yun glanced at Ning Yi and said, "Then have Yi help you." Ning Yi chuckled, "There's no need. Moyu is God Bai's disciple. He can just ask God Bai." Mo Yun was taken aback. She didn't expect Lin Moyu to have such an important identity. What sort of character is Bai Yiyuan? He's not a run-of-the-mill being. She never heard of Bai Yiyuan accepting a disciple before. But there's no way Ning Yi would make things up. Furthermore, with his ability, Lin Moyu is indeed qualified. Mo Yun said in a deep voice, "You killed people of the Dynasty Guild, including their young guild master. They won't leave the matter at that. Don't reveal the things dropped by the Ghost King, or else things will become troublesome. Even with the protection of God Bai, it's hard to say what they may do behind the scenes." Lin Moyu was also wary. He killed everyone on the opposing side, so as not to let any information leak out. The only thing that might go wrong is related to the weapons dropped by the Ghost King. After all, these weapons are really rare. Ordinary people can't get their hands on them. It will be easy to trace them back to him. The guild master of the Dynasty Guild is a top-class user who completed his third awakening. If the other party attacks him, Lin Moyu doesn't believe he will stand a chance. Ning Yi stuck out her tongue and said, "Then I won't use this weapon." Lin Moyu nodded and said, "Thank you." The three quickly left the area. In no time, the dimensional battlefield will devour the corpses, leaving no traces. As long as Lin Moyu is careful enough, the Dynasty Guild won't be able to easily track him down. When the battlefield Ghost King was killed, many people nearby received a corresponding notification. The battlefield Ghost King has been killed, the Ghost King's heart has dropped. Whenever a world boss is killed, people nearby will receive corresponding information. The news spread far and wide. Almost everyone on the first to third battlefields received this information. A large group of people wagged their tongues in surprise. "Oh my god, the battlefield Ghost King was actually killed. It's not difficult to kill the battlefield Ghost King, what's difficult is to find it. I wonder which party was that lucky. It's not difficult to kill it. It's a level 39 world rank boss, there's no way the difficulty is low. There were parties that found the battlefield Ghost King before, but couldn't kill it, and were even killed instead. Do you think a world boss is a joke? The battlefield Ghost King isn't as easy to deal with as it seems. After all, it can absorb health." These people discussed spiritedly. However, no one could have imagined that Lin Moyu's skeletons could restrain the battlefield Ghost King. Unable to absorb health, the battlefield Ghost King was much easier to deal with. The news quickly reached Wang Wei, the guild master of the Dynasty Guild. Upon hearing the news that the battlefield Ghost King has been killed, Wang Wei's eyes showed a hue of joy. He naturally knows that his guild has been searching for the battlefield Ghost King's whereabouts, searching for blackened soul crystal for Wang Zihao. Wang Zihao failed the great examination. As his father, he was naturally disappointed. But what's done is done. The Dynasty Guild fortunately isn't weak. Although Wang Zihao wasn't able to enter an academy, but they can cultivate him themselves. If he obtains blackened soul crystal, Wang Zihao will be able to sublimate his class during the second awakening, from superior class to legendary class, and turn the tides. Moreover, he sent Wang Zihao to the dimensional battlefield to temper him, to experience what real combat is like. Anyway, with the Dynasty Guild's team carrying him, there won't be any danger. Wang Wei believes that the ones who killed the battlefield Ghost King were people of his guild. After all, there aren't many people searching for the battlefield Ghost King. The Ghost King's heart actually dropped as well. It looks like we will need to look for an alchemist. Wang Wei is already planning to look for an alchemist to craft a boss accessory for his son. Unfortunately, Lin Moyu and Ning Yi used a teleportation stone and returned to the first fortress, and then took a look at the trade office. The equipment Lin Moyu consigned has been sold already. Even the most expensive Hell Outpost shield has been sold. Hell Outpost equipment is surprisingly popular. After retrieving the profits, Lin Moyu's wealth has exceeded 200 million gold coins. The trip to the third battlefield has yielded significant gains. Lin Moyu's military rank has been upgraded, and he obtained blackened soul crystals, a ghost king's heart, a talent divine stone, a spatial crystal with the coordinates of a location in the abyss recorded inside. He also met Shu Yan godly mage's discarnate soul. This all is a testament of Lin Moyu's growth. Subsequently, Lin Moyu and Ning Yi went to the military trade office and spent military merit to buy a few bottles of elementary recovery potion. Recovery potion is indeed effective, much more so than health potion and spirit potion. Unfortunately, it can only be purchased with military merit. Recovery potion costs 100 military merit per bottle, which is expensive. Then the two entered the teleportation formation and returned to Shajing Academy. Ning Yi huddled in Lin Moyu's arms and closed her eyes tightly, enduring the discomfort brought by the teleportation formation. She felt much better in Lin Moyu's arms. In the Godbai courtyard, Meng Anwen still maintained the same posture, eyes closed, eyelids twitching occasionally. At times, a smile would appear on his face, as if he saw something interesting. Bai Yiyuan took a sip of tea and said, "The class user competition is the day after tomorrow. It's about time young Lin returns. I wonder if he completed the mission I assigned to him. Old Meng, can you help me take a look?" Meng Anwen said lightly, "It gets boring if you watch all the time. A little bit of mystery will make things more interesting." Bai Yiyuan didn't believe his lies. "You must have taken a peek, right?" Meng Anwen chuckled, declining to comment. Bai Yiyuan snorted. He knows that this guy won't say anything, even if it kills him. Anyway, judging from Meng Anwen's demeanor, Lin Moyu and Ning Yi must be okay. Since they're okay, then it's fine. While he was thinking to himself, energy fluctuations came from outside the courtyard house. Bai Yiyuan raised his eyebrows. Young Lin is back. This is his territory, and so he knows who comes here. Lin Moyu walked in and said, "Greetings, Godbai, Lord Meng." At this moment, Bai Yiyuan regained his serious and serene demeanor. "So, did you complete the mission?" Lin Moyu nodded and took out elemental crystal and demon crystal. "I have." Bai Yiyuan swept the things with his eyes, a gleam of satisfaction in his eyes. "Not bad, not bad." Suddenly, he saw the military badge on Lin Moyu's shoulder, his expression changed slightly, and he blurted out, "Did you poke a demon nest?" Chapter 167. 3 bows and 3 cups of tea, disciple greets teacher. 2-star lieutenant, that's equivalent to 20,000 plus military merit. Even Bai Yiyuan was surprised. Furthermore, he is aware that Lin Moyu carried Ning Yi. Killing an ordinary demon below level 40 only provides 50 military merit. 20,000 military merit is equivalent to killing at least 400 ordinary demons. If he hasn't poked a demon nest, then what else could it have been? Lin Moyu explained, "I killed some high-level demons." "What?" Bai Yiyuan almost jumped up. Is he really able to kill high-level demons? Killing one would be hard enough, but he said some. Meng Anwen showed a look of interest on his face and said, "Young Lin, tell us what happened." Lin Moyu told them how he blocked a spatial channel and blew up a bunch of demons. After listening to the account, Bai Yiyuan laughed and slapped his thigh. "So that's what happened. That's so funny. The Fire Demon King is probably going to be furious. He tried to kill you twice already, but failed each time. What a loss of face." Meng Anwen smiled and said, "Well done, keep up the good work." Lin Moyu nodded and said, "Godbai, Lord Meng, I met Shu Yan Godly Mage in the 3rd Battlefield World Dungeon." Shu Yan Godly Mage. This time Bai Yiyuan really jumped up. "What did you say? You say you met Shu Yan Godly Mage?" Bai Yiyuan was both excited and agitated. At this moment, Meng Anwen opened his eyes and looked at Lin Moyu with an inquisitive shade in his eyes. Lin Moyu recounted his experiences in the dungeon. After listening to Lin Moyu, Meng Anwen turned to look at Bai Yiyuan, looking like he's suppressing a smile. Bai Yiyuan gave him the stink eye. "Laugh away, don't keep it inside." Ha 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 ha. Meng Anwen finally couldn't help but laugh out loud. Seeing the usually reserved and indifferent Meng Anwen suddenly laugh freely, Lin Moyu felt puzzled. Meng Anwen laughed for a while before saying, "It turns out you're just a good-for-nothing in the eyes of Senior Shu Yan." Bai Yiyuan snorted, "At that time, my class hasn't been sublimated yet. It's not strange for me to be overlooked. Shu Yan is a figure from many years ago, a time where neither Bai Yiyuan nor Meng Anwen were born yet. During his growth, Bai Yiyuan has also gone to the 3rd Battlefield World Dungeon and raided the Hell rank difficulty. And he also succeeded. However, when he raided the dungeon, he wasn't alone, but together with other people. At that time, Shu Yan godly mage didn't show himself. Bai Yiyuan was probably just a good-for-nothing in his eyes. Shu Yan did say, I would rather these things rot here than give them to a good-for-nothing. Bai Yiyuan snorted, haven't you also gone into this dungeon? Meng Anwen shook his head, I haven't rated the hell rank difficulty. Bai Yiyuan was so angry he fell silent. His growth was nothing short of miraculous, surpassing everyone else of his time. Yet he didn't even catch Shu Yan's eye. This shows how high Shu Yan's standards were. Meng Anwen extended his hand and said, take it out. Lin Moyu was taken aback, puzzled. Bai Yiyuan said, take out the spatial crystals. Don't you want it to be crafted into an abyssal teleportation stone? Look no more. Your best bet is here. Lin Moyu let out a cry. He instantly understood the meaning behind Bai Yiyuan's words. He promptly took out the spatial crystal. Meng Anwen took the spatial crystal, and then a small tower appeared in his hand. Shengxia Tower. Lin Moyu was startled. The tower in Meng Anwen's hand is the Shengxia Tower. The exquisite and beautiful Shengxia Tower slowly rotated on Meng Anwen's palm. Surprisingly, the famous Shengxia Tower is in Meng Anwen's hand. Lin Moyu is aware that Meng Anwen is an awesome character on the same level as God Bai. However, Meng Anwen keeps a very low profile, and not many people know about his class. Lin Moyu didn't dare to use detection on Meng Anwen. A ray of light shot out from the Shengxia Tower and landed on the spatial crystal. A series of mysterious runes appeared on the surface of the spatial crystal, and then drilled into the spatial crystal. The spatial crystal began to change. The crystal clear, gemstone-like spatial crystal began to turn dull, as if it had been sealed, and then finally transformed into the shape of a teleportation stone. It looks no different from a regular teleportation stone. But, it can be used to go straight into the abyssal world. Meng Anwen threw the abyssal teleportation stone back to Lin Moyu and said, it's done. I also added the coordinates and information of the human world. You can use it to travel back and forth between the human world and the abyss. However, since spatial energy is limited, it can only be used once every hour. After teleporting into the abyss via this teleportation stone, when you want to return to the human world, you will return to the place whence you teleported from to the abyss. This is a two-way teleportation stone that can be used to travel back and forth between the human world and the abyss. Furthermore, it can only be used by Lin Moyu. It is extremely precious. Thank you, Lord Meng. Lin Moyu sincerely expressed his gratitude. Bai Yiyuan said, keep the talent divine stone. It will be of great use during the third awakening. As for the searing stave, I will take it to someone to see if it can be repaired. Lin Moyu immediately handed the searing stave to Bai Yiyuan. This thing is a legendary weapon. If it can be repaired, it will be very powerful. Mankind doesn't have many legendary weapons. As such, an additional legendary weapon is welcome. Next, Lin Moyu took out another item and said, God Bai, I have something else I would like you to help me with. The Ghost King's heart appeared in his hand. It is pure and flawless, as if the finest diamond. When he obtained the Ghost King's heart, Lin Moyu was surprised. A boss with a ghostly aura unexpectedly dropped such a beautiful gem. Bai Yiyuan wasn't surprised this time. The Ghost King's heart, you killed the battlefield Ghost King. You must also have obtained Blackened Soul Crystal. Lin Moyu nodded. A total of 5 pieces dropped, 1 for Mo Yun, 1 for Ning Yi, and 3 for me. Bai Yiyuan knows of Mo Yun. The Mo family's girl has great resolve. She was stuck at level 39 for over a year, just for the sake of Blackened Soul Crystal. Class sublimation isn't that simple. But with the Mo family's capability, she has at least a 60% chance. Meng Anwen suddenly interjected, what about your capability? It's naturally better than that of the Mo family. Bai Yiyuan trailed off. Old Meng, that's playing dirty. Meng Anwen said, aren't you trying to compare yourself to the old man? If you aren't up to par, then what's the point? I heard the old man has already taken out the treasure. Bai Yiyuan showed an incredulous look on his face, are you sure? Would I tell you a fib? Bai Yiyuan took a deep breath and said, throughout my life, I have never been inferior to another. Even if the old man pulls all the stops, I'm not afraid of him. Young Lin, give me 2 Blackened Soul Crystals. I'll help you prepare for your second awakening. I guarantee that you will have an 80% chance of sublimating your class and a 30% chance of awakening a second talent during the second awakening. Lin Moyu was shocked. This is the first time he has heard of such high probabilities. Mo Yun only said she would have a 60% chance of sublimating her class. As for awakening a second talent, she won't even have a 10% chance. It is very difficult to awaken a talent, and it is particularly true for the second talent. The probability decreases exponentially. Bai Yiyuan continued, it's a pity, but you have already awakened a talent before. If you hadn't awakened a talent yet, then you would have a 90% chance of awakening a talent during the second awakening. Lin Moyu was lost in thought. His talent comes from the system. As such, can this be considered as him awakening a talent for the first time? If that were the case, then won't he have a 90% chance of awakening a talent during the second awakening? Ling Moyu couldn't help but feel excited and even more expectant. If he can really succeed, then perhaps he will truly become a class user with 3 talents, just like what Shu Yan Godly Mage was hoping for. In the history of the human race, there has only been one class user who awakened 3 talents. Lin Moyu is highly likely to be the second such character. Lin Moyu looked at Bai Yiyuan's slightly pained expression and realized that Bai Yiyuan might have to pay a considerable price for these odds. Coupled with what Bai Yiyuan did for him before, Lin Moyu was deeply moved. He bowed respectfully to Bai Yiyuan and said, "Thank you, God Bai." Meng Anwen shook his head, "You still call him God Bai?" As he said this, he looked at a teacup on the table meaningfully. Bai Yiyuan sat upright, which is quite rare for him. Lin Moyu immediately understood. He promptly picked up the teacup and offered tea to Bai Yiyuan. Disciple Lin Moyu pays his respects to teacher. Bai Yiyuan took the teacup with satisfaction and drank its contents in one gulp. Lin Moyu refilled the cup and bowed respectfully again. Disciple Lin Moyu pays his respects to teacher. 3 bows and 3 cups of tea. Lin Moyu offered 3 cups of tea, and Bai Yiyuan drank 3 cups of tea. Henceforth, he is Bai Yiyuan's true disciple. Lin Moyu felt warm in his heart. In addition to his grandmother, sister, and Ning Yi, he gained another family member in this world. This teacher is not just another teacher, but a mentor, a father figure, and a kin. Very well. You've gone through a lot these past few days. Go back and have a good rest. Tomorrow you're going to set off for Nanhong City. The academy has already arranged a place for you guys to stay in Nanhong City. You just have to give a good performance and come back as a champion. Lin Moyu nodded and said, "Don't worry, teacher." Bai Yiyuan said, "Don't be careless. Although you are strong, but there are countless class users in the world. Maybe some of them will give you a run for your money. A lion uses its full strength even when hunting a rabbit. I understand, teacher." Bai Yiyuan really likes Lin Moyu's mindset. That's how it should be. Never take things lightly. After Lin Moyu left, Bai Yiyuan showed a satisfied smile. He is extremely satisfied with this disciple. Meng Anwen also smiled and said, "Someone looks happy." Bai Yiyuan snorted, "Happy my ass. The savings I have accumulated over the years are about to run dry." "Ah, you're not being honest." Meng Anwen is very familiar with Bai Yiyuan. He can tell from his appearance that his heart has been filled with joy. Bai Yiyuan said, "No matter. Anyway, you need to help me this time. I can't lose to the old man." "Okay." Meng Anwen did not refuse. He is also very satisfied with Lin Moyu. Meng Anwen said flatly, "There's something young Lin didn't tell you. During the fight over the battlefield Ghost King, he offended the Dynasty Guild and killed their young guild master." Bai Yiyuan frowned and said, "Why didn't he tell me? I can squash a mere Dynasty Guild with ease." Meng Anwen shook his head and said, "Maybe he wants to resolve it himself, or he doesn't want to trouble you. He has some backbone, which is good. Don't interfere and pretend you don't know. What I'm saying is, don't open your mouth and cause trouble for your disciple." Bai Yiyuan exclaimed loudly, "Do I look like I'm that dumb?" Meng Anwen replied, "Pretty much." "What do you mean by pretty much?" Meng Anwen closed his eyes and said no more. Chapter 168. Military Family, proceeding to Nanhong City. Ning Yi went back home to show off in front of her grandfather. 2-star lieutenant, that's not something easy to achieve. After he left the Godbai courtyard, Lin Moyu contacted Zhang Taotao and agreed on a time to leave tomorrow. Next, he didn't return to the dormitory, but instead sat in the teleportation formation and went to the first fortress. In the first fortress, there are many people discussing the matter with the battlefield Ghost King. As he walked through the fortress, Lin Moyu listened in on the conversations and heard a lot of information. "Have you heard? It is said that the guild master of the Dynasty Guild came here and blew his top. I heard that a group of the Dynasty Guild was searching for the battlefield Ghost King, but ended up being wiped out by someone. That's right. The battlefield Ghost King was killed by someone else, while the group of the Dynasty Guild that was searching for the battle Ghost King disappeared. It's pretty obvious what happened. The Dynasty Guild suffered quite a blow this time. Reportedly, their young guild master, who went out to gain combat experience, died as well. With the sun dead, it's not surprising for their guild master to go mad. I wonder who is behind it. No matter who it is, I want to say to them, beautifully done. With the way they act, all tyrannical and overbearing, they brought this upon themselves. The Dynasty Guild's reputation among class users is very poor. Unsurprisingly, most class users receive the news of their misfortune with glee. Lin Moyu knows that this matter shouldn't be over. If they want to investigate, they can go ahead. In any case, try as they might, they won't be able to trace him down. He doesn't regret killing Wang Zihao. Subsequently, Lin Moyu spent military merit on the officer skill grinding site and began to summon skeletal warriors. The 100 skeletal mages are enough for now. At this time, there are 30 slots left in the summon space, and Lin Moyu plans to fill them with skeletal warriors. He summoned 10 skeletal warriors, then began to meditate to restore his spirit force. The officer skill grinding site is much better than the Academy's elementary skill grinding center. In the officer skill grinding site, over 1 hour of meditation is enough for him to fully restore his spirit force. After only 3 hours, Lin Moyu left the officer skill grinding site, his summon space already full. At this time, there are 170 skeletal warriors and 100 skeletal mages in the summon space, forming a small army. These expert goons provide Lin Moyu with great confidence. After he was done, Lin Moyu returned to Shajing Academy. Since he has been staying on the 3rd battlefield, he hasn't been able to have a good rest the past few days. This night he intends to have a good night's sleep. Lin Moyu, when he arrived at the dormitory complex, he saw Xia Shui, Feng Shu, and Zuo Mei walking side by side. There are 2 more people with them, a tank and a support. Xia Shui asked, "Where have you been? I haven't seen you for days." Lin Moyu replied calmly, "I went to the 3rd battlefield." Feng Shu was dumbfounded, a look of disbelief on his face. "You went to the 3rd battlefield?" Subsequently, he saw the military badge on Lin Moyu's chest, then stood at attention and gave a salute. "Private Feng Shu greets sir." The others looked strangely at Feng Shu. Xia Shui asked in confusion, "What are you doing?" Feng Shu said, "He is a lieutenant, while I am a private. When you see a senior officer, you need to salute them." Feng Shu pointed to his chest. There is also a military badge on his chest. However, his military badge is white and has no stars. It is the most ordinary private rank. When Lin Moyu first met Feng Shu, he felt that his temperament was different from that of ordinary people. "So you're from a military family?" Feng Shu nodded and said, "Yes. Our ancestors were military personnel. Our family has produced military personnel for generations." Lin Moyu asked, "What are you going to do now?" Xia Shui said, "Since we are going to Nanhong City tomorrow, we plan to practice our tactics so that we can achieve good results. It's your fault. If your leveling speed weren't that fast, we wouldn't have to go to these lengths." Lin Moyu smiled and said, "Then give your best. You will definitely be able to achieve good results." After Lin Moyu left, Feng Shu couldn't help but sigh. "I'm afraid he's the youngest lieutenant in the history of Shengxia Empire." Xia Shui asked, "Is it difficult to become a lieutenant?" She knows very little about the military. Feng Shu sighed and said, "It's very difficult. Killing an ordinary demon below level 40 provides 100 military merit. A lieutenant has to accumulate at least 10,000 military merit. For him to be a 2-star lieutenant, Lin Moyu must have accumulated at least 20,000 military merit. Are you saying it's difficult or not? To surmise it, many level 40 class users haven't reached the rank of lieutenant." The others were amazed. Ever since they were little, they learned how powerful and dangerous demons are. Killing one demon is already very difficult, let alone hundreds of them. Feng Shu's eyes flickered with a shade of aspiration. How did he do it? The next day, Ning Yi arrived early in the morning to have breakfast with Lin Moyu. She looks quite spirited and must be in a very good mood. Something pleasant must have happened after she returned home yesterday. Grandpa was quite shocked yesterday. Ning Taran was indeed shocked. In just a few days, Ning Yi advanced from a private to a 2-star lieutenant. His shock is sweet understandable. Unlike top-class users, Ning Yi can't wipe out a tract of demons with a single skill. She's only level 26. Lin Moyu smiled and said, "So what happened?" Ning Yi explained as she stuffed herself with food. "I told Grandpa about what happened these days, and he got angry and said he was going to raise God Bai's home." "What does it have to do with anything?" Lin Moyu couldn't understand why he would want to raise God Bai's home. Ning Yi explained, "God Bai sent you to such a dangerous place, and I followed you there, but he didn't tell Grandpa anything." "So that's the reason." Lin Moyu smiled involuntarily. "But it should be okay. The two have been quarreling and arguing for years, so it has already become a habit. A few days ago, they went to Guro Church and leveled it. They also killed that guy Rucker for good." Lin Moyu was dumbfounded. Bai Yiyuan didn't tell him about this. It goes without saying, but it was all for him. Bai Yiyuan has been very good to him. Lin Moyu is aware of this. Ning Yi also talked about the matter with Wang Zihao and urged Ning Taran not to speak up. Of course, Ning Taran readily agreed, or else the consequences would be very serious. After finishing the meal, Ning Yi bought another bunch of food, in case the food in Nanhong City isn't to her taste. Lin Moyu just smiled and followed her. As one of the few super-large cities in Shengxia Empire, Nanhong City is not much inferior to the capital city of Shaojing. In Nanhong City, there are more than 100 teleportation formations arranged in a row, with class users constantly emerging from the formations. The Shengxia Empire is fully prepared for the 100th class user competition. A large number of facilities have been built for the class users coming here from all over the world to participate in the competition. Whether it's in terms of accommodations or food, everything has been prepared adequately, and of the best quality. And they're all free. This serves as a testament of the Shengxia Empire's strength and magnificence. There are so many people. Ning Yi's eyes widened in curiosity. She has never seen so many class users in one place before. Zhang Taotao smiled and said, "This place is only for class users below level 40. High-level class users who have completed the second awakening are in another place, and there should be no fewer people than here. It may be difficult to reach level 70 and complete the third awakening, but most class users can achieve the second awakening. It can be said that class users below level 70 account for more than 95% of all class users. Therefore, for the class user competition, when designing the groupings, only class users below level 70 were considered. Class users above level 70 won't participate in the class user competition. As for class users below level 70, they are divided into groupings of 10 levels. This way things seem more fair. The class user competition has existed for hundreds of years. This is now the 100th iteration of the competition, and the rules have already been set in stone, with no one raising any objections. Zhang Taotao has already familiarized herself with the rules and sites of the competition. As if an older sister, she led the team to Shaojing Academy's encampment, all the while explaining the rules of the competition along the way. This time the competition is unprecedentedly grand, surpassing all the previous ones. According to the preliminary data, the number of teams participating will exceed 100,000. The others looked shocked when they heard this. Ning Yi showed her tongue, saying, "With so many people, this will take ages." Lin Moyu couldn't help but caress her head. The Empire's senior figures must have already considered this question and come up with a solution. Zhang Taotao smiled and said, "For that reason, there will be a pre-selection tomorrow. Only teams that have passed the pre-selection are eligible to stay and proceed with the competition." Although the criteria for the pre-selection haven't been published yet, but the Empire has announced that more than 90% of the teams will be eliminated in the pre-selection. I think the pre-selection should be quite difficult, so we have to be prepared. Ning Yi calculated and said, "Even if 90% are eliminated, that still leaves us with 10,000 teams. That's quite a lot." Miao Yu chuckled. The announcement said more than 90%. 99% is also more than 90%. Zhang Taotao added, "It was also announced that the difficulty each team will face in the pre-selection will be the same. Everyone will have to work hard, leaving no room for lucky breaks." Furthermore, the Empire announced that the competition will be absolutely fair and impartial. When three women get together they are bound to start chattering. The three chatted along the way, without giving Lin Moyu and Duan Gao a chance to butt in. Lin Moyu, who doesn't speak much to begin with, just listened. Duan Gao couldn't hold back and tried to interject several times, but was rebuked by Miao Yu. Consequently, he said no more and just listened. There will be more than 100 teams from Shajing Academy coming to compete this time. Lin Moyu searched through the crowd. In the end, he showed a shade of disappointment. He didn't find Lin Mohan in the crowd. Ning Yi noticed the disappointment in Lin Moyu's eyes and held his hand. Don't worry, you'll definitely be able to meet her. Lin Mo nodded and said, maybe she hasn't come yet. Lin Moyu and his team arrived at the Shajing Academy's encampment. The Shengxia Empire built a large number of encampments for class users to reside in during the competition. Zhang Taotao went to complete the procedures and get the room cards. Each residence has 5 independent lodges, perfect for 5 people to live in. After completing the procedures, the team went to familiarize themselves with the surroundings. In the encampment, there are class users coming and going. They are all below level 40. Obviously, class users above level 40 have their own encampment. Ning Yi trotted over and said, I asked around. The teams from top institutes aren't here. But I have confirmed that there will be teams from top institutes participating. After we pass the pre-selection tomorrow and the competition proper begins, we can go and watch the matches. At that time, the list of participants will also come out. Ning Yi especially went to ask around. She knows that Lin Moyu wants to find Lin Mohan. Thank you. A dissatisfied voice suddenly came from the side. If you are horny, get a room. Don't stand here and block the way. Chapter 169. Super high elimination rate. It isn't just talk. The owner of the voice is at least 2 meters tall, and is carrying a huge blade on the back. He looks like a warrior-type class user. He looked at Lin Moyu and Ning Yi with a dissatisfied expression on his face. There are too many people around, and Lin Moyu and Ning Yi are standing in place, obstructing part of the passage. This person has a broad physique and can't easily pass through. But if he can't pass through, he should have said it nicely, and things would have been over. Now, Lin Moyu looked coldly. Lin Moyu's cold and detached gaze made the large man shudder, and his aura made him feel frightened. These are the eyes of someone who has killed people before. In addition to being cold, they also carry murderous intent. It's as if he will pull out a blade at the first disagreement and kill the opponent. The large man hesitated, then said, What are you doing? It's not permitted to fight here, or do you want to be disqualified? Ning Yi's pretty face turned red, and she pulled Lin Moyu, saying, Forget it. Lin Moyu nodded and stepped aside. The large man hurried past them, and then muttered, Who was that? His eyes were so scary. He accelerated his pace and was gone in the blink of an eye. Zhang Taotao returned with the others. I inquired and found out that tomorrow's pre-selection will be held by the seaside, where the empire has done land reclamation, forming a large square. Miao Yu said, it's not just the pre-selection, but also the subsequent matches will be held there. Ning Yi quickly said, then let's go and take a look. Zhang Taotao shook her head, saying, we can't, it's closed off. No one can enter before tomorrow. This is to prevent anyone from making a mess. Everyone can understand this. Ning Yi turned her eyes and thought, let's go eat something. Let's try Nanhong City's cuisine. Food holds great power over Ning Yi. Miao Yu seconded that, alright. I heard that the empire has prepared a lot of delicious food. You can find food from all over the country here, and it's all free. What? Ning Yi let out a cry. Many people nearby looked at Ning Yi strangely, thinking that something happened. Ning Yi quickly lowered her voice and said, Sister Miao Yu, what are you saying is free? Well, I also just found out about it. Food and accommodation are all free here. The empire will foot the bill. Upon hearing the news, Ning Yi showed a sour expression and said, if I had known this, I wouldn't have bought food back at Shajing City. Lin Moyu couldn't help but laugh. He stroked Ning Yi's head and said, it's okay. You can eat it later. For this competition, the empire deployed a large number of livelihood-type class users. The free food is provided by the livelihood-type class users, and can be said to include food from all over the country. Faced with the wide variety of food, Ning Yi didn't know where to start. Unfortunately, the people here can only eat for 2 days. Today and tomorrow. After tomorrow, the eliminated class users will leave their encampment. After tomorrow, the encampment will quiet down. With an elimination rate of more than 90%, this isn't just talk. In the distance, a blue ocean can be seen, accompanied by the sound of waves hitting on the shore. There is a curtain of light that resembles a giant bowl upside down on the ground, blocking people from entering inside. The curtain of light is opaque, and so you can't see inside. Outside the curtain of light, the square is filled with people. As far as the eye can see, there is a sea of people. It's basically impossible to count them all. The Shangxia Empire has announced to the public that there are over 100,000 teams participating, and this number seems to be reflected in the square. The rules for the pre-selection have been clearly stated: team up and enter the curtain of light. If you can pass without a hitch, you can stay. But if you fail, you will be directly eliminated. The rules are very simple yet cruel. The teams are distinguished according to their groupings, and the difficulty the teams of the same grouping will encounter is the same. Both level 20 and level 29 will encounter the same difficulty. Generally speaking, within the same grouping, the higher the level, the greater the advantage. Factors such as skills, equipment, adaptability, class differences, and team compatibility must also be taken into account. So everything is still up for debate. Lin Moyu's team is considered to have a very standard formation: a tank knight, 2 supports, a long-range damage dealer mage, and a short-range damage dealer assassin. Following an established passage, the teams entered the curtain of light one by one. From the moment they step into the curtain of light, the assessment will have started. There are 2 pre-selections today, namely a team pre-selection in the morning and an individual pre-selection in the afternoon. Lin Moyu will participate in both of them. After Lin Moyu's team entered the curtain of light, the scene in front of them suddenly changed. A long channel appeared in front of them. Lin Moyu felt a sense of familiarity from it. He has sensed the aura pervading the channel several times already. The first time was during the Great Examination, the second time was during the trial mission on Mermaid Island, and the most recent time was when Meng Anwen helped him make the Abyssal Teleportation Stone. It turns out the Empire is using the Shangxia Tower for the assessment. At this moment, the assessment's description appeared in front of everyone. Follow the channel and defeat the boss deep inside and you will pass. The rules are simple, without superfluous requirements. Although the assessment seems quite easy. But in actuality, it's definitely not the case. Zhang Taotao barked in a low voice, Duan Gao, status buffs. Duan Gao promptly applied status buffs to everyone. Halos appeared on everyone one after another. Strength enhancement, agility enhancement, defense enhancement, magic boost, speed boost, berserker's soul. With the support of the status buffs, the team's attributes have been greatly amplified. Strength, agility, physique, and spirit, the 4 attributes have been amplified by 30%. And this amplification is applied after the boosts from equipment are provided. As such, the better the equipment, the greater the amplification. Magic boost increases the power of mage-type skills by 20%. This status buff unfortunately doesn't apply to Lin Moyu. Speed boost increases attack speed by 30%. Berserker's soul increases skill damage by 30%, reduces taken damage by 20%, reduces pain by 50%. The last 2 skills are simply godly skills for melee class users. The status buffs can last for 1 hour. With the support of the status buffs, the combat power of Zhang Taotao and Ning Yi has increased by at least 200%. As for Lin Moyu, with or without the status buffs, it makes no difference. Lin Moyu looked at the long channel and said, "Do you want?" Zhang Taotao interrupted him, "We'll give it a try first. If we can't handle things, you can step in." Ning Yi nodded in agreement. This is a team competition. They can't rely on Lin Moyu alone. Although they will eventually have to rely on him, but this is just the pre-selection stage. They can definitely give it a try. Okay, Lin Moyu didn't insist and just followed at the back of the team. If there are any problems, he will step in without hesitation. The channel is very long, and has a width of about 5 meters. After they stepped into the channel, a monster appeared in front of them. Lin Moyu's pupils constricted slightly. This monster's appearance is identical to that of an abyssal hound. However, its aura isn't as formidable as that of an abyssal hound. This is a simulation created by the Shangxia Tower based on abyssal hounds. In that case, is the final boss a dog demon? Zhang Taotao assumed a combat stance and unleashed detection. Abyssal hound, fake, level 27, strength 2800, agility 3500, spirit 1000, physique 2000, skill, bite. Its level is 4 levels lower than that of real abyssal hounds. Real abyssal hounds are level 31. Given that its 4 attributes have been greatly reduced, it shouldn't be difficult to deal with it. Even though Zhang Taotao is only level 24, but given the status buffs, she has surpassed the level Abyssal Hound in terms of attributes. She can handle it. Zhang Taotao let out a shout, launched the charge skill, and rushed forward, and then collided with the Abyssal Hound. Skill: Shield Bash. She activated another skill and slammed her shield into the Abyssal Hound's head. The Abyssal Hound not only suffered damage, but also fell into a stun state. At this moment, a faint light flickered behind it. Ning Yi had unwittingly appeared behind the Abyssal Hound. Skill: Fatal Blow. Accompanied by a bang, a dagger stabbed into the demonic hound's body. The demonic hound let out a cry and collapsed on the ground, motionless. In terms of instantaneous explosive power, assassins are second to no one. Mages also possess powerful skills. However, they require time to be cast, 10 seconds at the lowest. Unlike assassins, mages can't unleash their power instantaneously. This doesn't seem too difficult. The others revealed a shade of relief on their faces. Lin Moyu smiled secretly. It naturally can't be that simple. After going through the great examination, he knew the truth of the matter. This is just the beginning. At this time, the square outside the curtain of light is already empty. The teams have all entered inside and started the preselections assessment. Numerous characters appeared on the huge screen of light. These are the names of the team's leaders. Lin Moyu's name was among them. There was at first a 0 in front of the team, but now there's a 1. Lin Moyu's team, 1. This represents their current score. As the score changes, the position of the teams will change accordingly. In the 20 to 29 level grouping, there is a total of more than 30,000 teams participating. At the moment, the ranking of Lin Moyu's team is 10,000 plus, which is neither good nor bad. There are many people paying attention to this assessment. The Shengxia Empire has released a live video broadcast to the entire world. As the preselection continued, the ranking of the teams changed in real time. Suddenly, the name of a team turned gray, and its ranking dropped directly to the bottom. The team has been eliminated. 5 minutes into the preselection, the first team was already eliminated. This shows that the preselection is far more difficult than imagined. Discussions raged all over the world. It's only been a few minutes. Someone has been eliminated that quickly. It seems that this time's preselection is quite difficult. Of course it's difficult. After all, as the Shengxia Empire's officials have stated, more than 90% of the teams will be eliminated in the preselection. If it weren't for the preselection, with over 100,000 teams taking part, the competition wouldn't be over until next year. I think 90% is a conservative number. I reckon more than 95% will be eliminated during the preselection stage. Look, another team has been eliminated. At the same time, the names of 3 teams turned gray. They were eliminated. The eliminated people appeared outside the curtain of light, disheartened. They lost their qualification to proceed forward. They haven't even seen the real competition venue yet. People who can't even pass the preselection aren't qualified to enter the real venue. The rules are really strict. Chapter 170. How else would he be able to become the top scorer? Zhang Taotao shouted repeatedly. Shield in left hand, sword in right hand, she surged with extraordinary momentum. She unleashed her skills in a coherent manner and gave a perfect performance, without any unnecessary movement. 3 abyssal hounds simulated by the Shengxia Tower attacked her, but she either blocked or evaded them one by one. In this way, the pressure on the team's healer was much lower. Ning Yi silently appeared behind an abyssal hound, and then stabbed with her dagger and unleashed her skill. Skill: Fatal Blow. There was a muffled bang. The abyssal hound died directly. Ning Yi stabbed with her dagger again. Skill: Internal Blast. The sound of an explosion came from inside the abyssal hound that was stabbed next, and it was blown away. Ning Yi took out 2 demonic hounds in a row, in a swift and practiced manner. Dispatch. Zhang Taotao growled and killed the last abyssal hound. She was panting slightly, her chest rising and falling. At this point, they have already covered half of the channel's length. At the same time, the number of abyssal hounds has increased, from 1 at the beginning to 3 appearing at the same time like just now. If things continue like this, the number of abyssal hounds that will appear at the same time will increase to 4, 5, or even more. However, Zhang Taotao doesn't intend to ask Lin Moyu for help. She wants to see where her limits lie. It is common to face multiple monsters at the same time when raiding dungeons. This is especially true in high-level dungeons. If she can't even handle this much, she'll be bringing shame to the night class. Zhang Taotao told herself in her heart, if I want to enter a top institute, I can't give up that easily. After cheering themselves up, the team continued to move forward. Sure enough, this time 4 demonic hounds appeared at the same time. Zhang Taotao entered combat once again. Ning Yi entered stealth and waited for an opportunity to strike. Miao Yu carefully observed the battle, ready to cast her heal skill at a moment's notice. Duan Gao was idle. As a prophet, after applying status buffs, there is basically nothing more for him to do. Except for Lin Moyu, he is the most idle member in the team. At this point, a large number of teams have already been eliminated in the pre-selection. The name of a large number of teams turned gray and then disappeared from the screen of light. The teams on the screen of light continuously changed positions. Lin Moyu's team isn't fast, but it's steady, keeping its position in the middle of the ranking. Bai Yiyuan also watched the pre-selection. What is young Lin doing? Why is he so slow? Others have already scored 40 points. Why does young Lin's team only have 23 points? What's going on? Old Meng, can't you just divulge it? Meng Anwen refused firmly, I can't. Moreover, in this pre-selection, speed doesn't matter. What matters is to pass in the end. Or do you perhaps lack confidence in young Lin? Bai Yiyuan laughed out loud and said, what a joke. Young Lin has the makings of a champion. A mere pre-selection won't stomp him. Then what is there to worry about? Meng Anwen, as the wielder of the Shengxia Tower, knows everything that is happening in the tower. He naturally knows that Lin Moyu hasn't lifted a finger so far. Otherwise, his team would have already passed the pre-selection. Bai Yiyuan watched more and more teams being eliminated. Isn't the elimination rate you set too high? Meng Anwen said lightly, it isn't. Those eliminated are basically all teams with an average level below 23. Even if they weren't eliminated here, they would still be the first to be eliminated in the competition. On the other hand, the teamwork of some of the teams is unsatisfactory. It's useless to keep them. The goal of the pre-selection is to select teams that are excellent in all aspects. Moreover, the difficulty level 1 set isn't high. Even if the team's average level is low, as long as they work well together, they should be able to pass. Bai Yiyuan sighed helplessly, okay, that's enough. You win. ... Finally, 5 abyssal hounds appeared at the same time. Zhang Taotao shouted, control. Miao Yu and Duan Gao took action at the same time. Elder and Prophet have a skill in common, namely Wind Bind. The two locked on an abyssal hound each and restrained them. However, since their level is low, Wind Bind will last for a short time, only 30 seconds. But for Zhang Taotao and Ning Yi, 30 seconds is enough. Zhang Taotao quickly attracted the remaining 3 abyssal hounds and created opportunities for Ning Yi to exploit. The team displayed great teamwork and quickly eliminated the 5 abyssal hounds. With the addition of Miao Yu and Duan Gao, it was easier to deal with 5 abyssal hounds than before, when she was dealing with 4 abyssal hounds. Zhang Taotao roughly learned her limit. Without relying on others, dealing with 4 abyssal hounds at the same time is her limit. Since Miao Yu and Duan Gao started participating in the battle, the team's speed was significantly accelerated. There was really nothing for Lin Moyu to do. Lin Moyu immersed himself in the sensation of standing idly by, just followed behind the team. The rank of Lin Moyu's team started to rise, gradually gaining ground on the teams in the lead. Finally, they crossed rank 1000 in their grouping. At this point, most of the 30,000 plus teams in their grouping have already been eliminated. Less than 10,000 remained. 6, 7, 8 abyssal hounds appeared at the same time. The levels of Zhang Taotao and company were too low. As the pressure they faced mounted, they had to fight harder and harder. Miao Yu, who needs to use both control and healing skills, was panting lightly. She was under considerable pressure. Duan Gao wasn't much better off. An hour has already passed since the pre-selection started. As such, everyone's status buffs have begun to disappear and needed to be reapplied. Duan Gao drank a bottle of spirit potion and reapplied status buffs on everyone. After he was done, Duan Gao sat down on the ground and said with a helpless expression, I'm out of spirit force. Miao Yu said in a quiet voice, I still have 300 left. Without spirit force, you can't unleash skills. Ning Yi said in a faint voice, I'm nearly out as well. Although assassin skills have a low consumption when it comes to spirit force. But Ning Yi has been maintaining the stealth state in order to launch surprise attacks, and so her spirit force was rapidly depleting. Her spirit attribute is not as high as that of mage-type classes to begin with. It isn't easy for her to hold on until now. Zhang Taotao was also panting, saying, why don't we take a break? Ning Yi shook her head and said, let's leave the rest to Moyu. Anyway, we have fought enough and have tested our limits. Duan Gao raised his hands and said, I agree. I raised both hands and feet. Miao Yu nodded and said, that's about enough. Zhang Taotao couldn't help but look at Lin Moyu and say, it's up to you, Junior Lin. Lin Moyu waved his hand and said, sure thing. As he spoke, 3 skeletal warriors appeared in front of him and ran forward along with clicking sounds. 8 abyssal hounds appeared ahead. The skeletal warriors rushed forward, brandished their blades, and cut down an abyssal hound each. The 4 attributes of the level 27 skeletal warriors, with the 30-fold attribute amplification, have reached 22,500. Faced with these weakened versions of abyssal hounds, they only needed a single strike to kill them. They didn't even need to use their skill. In just a second, the 8 abyssal hounds have been cut down. Zhang Taotao's group of 3 looked at each other. They had to prepare different tactics and work really hard. But in front of Lin Moyu's skeletal warriors, the abyssal hounds didn't last a single strike. This makes them feel like their tactics are a joke. If you compare your lot to others, you will only torture yourself. Ning Yi spoke comfortingly, don't feel bad. Moyu's skeletons have always been very strong. They can even kill level 40 high-level demons. Ning Yi's comfort was counterproductive and made the 3 feel even worse. Duan Gao cried out, let me wallow in my sorrows. With Lin Moyu taking the lead, the team's progress accelerated once again, and their score began to rise rapidly. At this point, the score of the top few teams in their grouping no longer changed. They reached a total of 200 points, which means they killed 200 abyssal hounds. As for why their score remained unchanged, many people have guessed it. They probably reached the final stage of the assessment, the boss battle. Now it's up to who can secure the top spot. But it's not easy to deal with the boss. What's assessed is not only the team's teamwork, but also the team's overall combat power. Each team that reached the boss pulled out all the stops to defeat it. At this time, Lin Moyu and company finally arrived in front of the boss. It's indeed a dog demon. With the wings and wolf dog appearance, it looks exactly the same as the dog demons Lin Moyu killed before. As for its attributes, Lin Moyu is too lazy to check them. There is no need. The dog demon stood at the end of the channel, accompanied by 9 demonic hounds, waiting for Lin Moyu and company to arrive. Zhang Taotao became tense and asked, is this an abyssal demon? Ning Yi said, this is called Abyss Dog Demon. However, it's much weaker than a real abyssal dog demon. Miao Yu asked in a low voice, can Junior Lin defeat it? Ning Yi smiled and said, he has killed many dog demons so far. The others showed a shade of shock in their eyes. Zhang Taotao believes Ning Yi's words, I didn't expect Junior Lin to be that powerful. At this point, the 3 skeletal warriors had already reached the boss. The 9 abyssal hounds attacked the skeletal warriors and bit their bones. The skeletal warriors unleashed their skill. There was a flash of red light, and 3 abyssal hounds died. Skill, corpse explosion, boom, boom, boom. After 3 explosions rose in a row, the dog demon was sprawled on the ground, dead. You passed the assessment, a majestic voice sounded, and the team was sent outside. Lin Moyu's team, which was ranked in the hundreds, suddenly shot straight to the top, as if riding a rocket. In the end, they reached 300 points. Lin Moyu's team became quite eye-catching. The remaining teams, even if they pass, can only be ranked behind Lin Moyu's team. That's quite the upset. How did they do it? How did they take down the boss so quickly? Lin Moyu's team, interesting. The name seems familiar. Did you forget? This year's Imperial top scorer was called Lin Moyu. Seriously, wasn't the great examination held just recently? How did he get into the level 20 grouping? His leveling speed is probably very fast. Otherwise, how else would he be able to become the top scorer? Chapter 171.1 No way, it only took 1 minute. Standing in front of the curtain of light, Zhang Taotao and company stared blankly at the ranking above. We are actually first. The words were full of uncertainty, disbelief, and other complex emotions. Ning Yi uttered without any concern, Sister Peach, this is quite normal. After all, the championship is ours for the taking. Having been with Lin Moyu for a while now, Ning Yi has long since been accustomed to this. Zhang Taotao shook her head vigorously, it's not that I don't believe it. It just feels like the boss battle hasn't taken more than 5 seconds. Lin Moyu said seriously, it could have been faster. Zhang Taotao was stupefied. Duan Gao and Miao Yu were speechless. What does he mean by saying it could have been faster? Is 5 seconds not fast enough? Anyway, a pass is a pass. The preselection isn't based on ranking. Not unlike the class users who were eliminated, the class users who passed the preselection also left the screen of light, but they were sent to a different area. There is currently no other team except for Lin Moyu's team in said area. After waiting for a while, someone finally appeared. After they emerged, they found that someone else was a step ahead of them and couldn't help but frown. In addition to being surprised, the 5 newcomers were even more bitter. They looked at the ranking and learned they were second place. The team's leader walked over and asked, "Who is Lin Moyu?" His tone was quite rude. Zhang Taotao and company looked at him in annoyance. Lin Moyu asked calmly, "What's the matter?" The person looked Lin Moyu up and down and said, "You guys are pretty lucky. You took first place." Lin Moyu, I shall remember you. My name is Tang Jianfei. Remember it. Once we get to the venue, we will defeat you. With that, he turned around and strode away. Zhang Taotao said faintly, "This guy is really arrogant." Lin Moyu shook his head. Ning Yi sneered, "What of it? He will lose all the same." Zhang Taotao and the other 2 agreed with her words. By meeting Lin Moyu in this grouping, the other party can be considered unlucky. Subsequently, more and more people passed the preselection and emerged from the screen of light. It started to get lively here. More and more teams that were eliminated appeared on the screen, their number far greater than that of the teams that passed. It seems that 90% was really just a conservative estimate. I think only around 2,000 teams will be able to pass in the end. More than 100,000 teams signed up to participate in the competition, roughly 70% of which are below level 40. If only 2,000 teams remain of the 70,000 teams, that is equivalent to a passing rate of about 3%. 97% of the teams can't pass the preselection. This shows that the preselection is quite difficult. However, the Shengxia Empire stated that things will be absolutely fair and impartial, and no one has grounds to doubt it. At present, the teams that were able to pass the preselection weren't weak at all. After they emerged, many people found a place to sit down and rest. Throughout the preselection, their spirit force and physical strength were severely drained. After waiting for quite a while, the last team finally passed the preselection. There were no longer any changes on the huge screen of light. The team competition's preselection is over. A majestic and dignified voice echoed in the area. The preselection's results are as follows. Level 10 to level 19 grouping. A total of 18,352 teams participated, 552 teams passed. Level 20 to level 29 grouping. A total of 35,213 teams participated, 1,024 teams passed. Level 30 to level 39 grouping. A total of 20,011 teams participated, 502 teams passed. The final outcome is similar to what some people have guessed. The overall passing rate is lower than 3%. Class users who didn't pass, please leave the encampment by tomorrow morning. Class users who did pass the preselection, please gather at the competition venue tomorrow morning. In the afternoon, the individual competition's preselection will be held. Please come on time. After the voice finished speaking, there were no more signs of activity, indicating that things were over. Let's go. Let's take a break. In the afternoon, I'm going to participate in the individual competition's preselection. Ning Yi pulled Lin Moyu by the arm and said, "There's still time. Let's go shopping in Nanhong City. I haven't visited Nanhong City yet." Okay, Lin Moyu didn't refuse. After all, he wasn't tired at all. He just walked for a while, and then things were over. It wasn't even a warm-up. Zhang Taotao said, "You guys have fun. I'm exhausted. I want to go back and have a rest." Duan Gao and Miao Yu also raised their hands in surrender. "Let's go back and have a rest." Zhang Taotao and the others fought really hard. After all, since their level is low, the abyssal hounds posed a great threat to them. They didn't dare to relax for a single moment. Although Ning Yi also worked hard, but she is much better off than them. At least she still has the strength to go shopping with Lin Moyu in Nanhong City. As one of the few super cities of the Shengxia Empire, Nanhong City has a population of more than 10 million. Along the way, they saw a variety of class users. Ning Yi said, "It is said that in the past several hundred years, Nanhong City has been attacked several times by abyssal demons, and it almost fell once. Fortunately, powerhouses from Shajing Academy rushed over and drove the abyssal demons away. After that event, teleportation formations have been installed in every corner of Nanhong City. Even if 1 or 2 are destroyed, it won't matter. It won't affect Nanhong City reinforcements. Ning Yi talked about some things pertaining to Nanhong City's history. Lin Moyu also knows these things. After all, major events that occurred in the past few centuries are recorded in high school history textbooks, and this includes the incident where Nanhong City was invaded by abyssal demons. The abyssal demons reportedly sneaked over from the ocean and raided Nanhong City. This was an unimaginable disaster to Nanhong City. The city was almost destroyed, suffering more than 1 million casualties. Because the demons destroyed the teleportation formations, reinforcements were slow to arrive. At present, there are no less than 100 teleportation formations set up in Nanhong City, covering every corner of the city. If something similar were to happen again, reinforcements will be able to arrive at any time. Lin Moyu accompanied Ning Yi on a stroll in Nanhong City. Although she didn't buy anything, but Ning Yi was still quite happy. She grew up like a princess and had everything she wanted. Buying things is no longer that appealing to her. The key to shopping is not to buy things, but to pass the time together. Chapter 171.2 No way, it only took 1 minute. When the results of the team competition's preselection came out, it shocked the world. Numerous class users raised questions. Some class users that were eliminated complained, saying that it wasn't fair. The Shengxia Empire had anticipated this and made all the information public. From the attributes and arrangements of the monsters to the attributes of the boss, the information was publicly disclosed. At the same time, the assessment's design and its purpose were also explained. This made everyone shut their mouths. As long as they are not an imbecile, they can understand that the Shengxia Empire intended to select excellent teams in terms of combat power, teamwork, skills, equipment, and other aspects. As long as teams have these things checked, it won't be difficult to pass the preselection. The 3% odds may seem low, but in fact the number of teams that passed the preselection reached a historic high. In the afternoon, the individual competition's preselection is about to kick off. The number of applicants for the individual competition is even higher, reaching an astonishing 200,000. Not unlike for the team competition, the individual competition is divided into groupings of 10 levels. Compared to the team competition, the individual competition attracted even more attention. After all, without the constraints of teammates, their strength can be highlighted even more. There's no need for teamwork. They just need to forge ahead boldly. It's more plain and straightforward, and has a raw and primal feeling to it. The venue for the individual competition's preselection is the same as that of the team competition's preselection in the morning. Some people had a bad premonition. Will the elimination rate be just as high? With over 200,000 participants, there's no way the elimination rate won't be high. It would already be good if 5,000 people were left in the end. I wonder what kind of test it will be. It goes without saying, it must be combat. Or do you think they would have you, a warrior, perform treatment? Amidst the discussions, the curtain of light lit up. Subsequently, the participants walked into the curtain of light and entered their own independent space. The entire process is similar to that of a dungeon, where everyone has their independent space and won't interfere with each other. Before entering, Lin Moyu told Ning Yi to go back. After all, even if he passes first, he will have to wait for everyone else to pass before he can leave. Who knows how long it will take for the preselection to conclude. Ning Yi nodded and said, "Then be careful." Lin Moyu stroked her head. He turned around and was going to enter the screen of light, when someone stopped in front of him. It's Tang Jianfei, the arrogant guy he met this morning. Tang Jianfei maintained his arrogance, his head lifted high. "I want to compete with you to see who is the first to pass." Lin Moyu glanced at him and said, "Moron." With that, he walked past the other party. Tang Jianfei said to Lin Moyu, "Are you scared you will lose?" Lin Moyu ignored him and walked straight into the screen of light. Tang Jianfei gritted his teeth, "You might not want to compete with me, but I want to compete with you. I will definitely be faster than you." After everyone entered the screen of light, their names began to appear on the screen of light. The huge screen of light flickered with more than 200,000 names. Along with a rumble, the assessment officially began. The rules for the individual competition's assessment are simple: kill the enemy in front of you or be killed. Success means passing, failure means elimination. An abyssal dog demon appeared in front of Lin Moyu. Although it looks exactly the same as an abyssal dog demon, but its level is only 29, and its attributes are much lower. The dog demon is identical to the boss of the team competition's preselection. At that time, it had 9 subordinates. Now it has become a general without troops. In the team competition's preselection, they had supports to apply status buffs and provide treatment, so it naturally wasn't that hard to defeat it. But now, without supports, it is a completely different game. Except for Lin Moyu, several skeletons emerged and, with a flash of red light, unleashed their skill. Then all went quiet. A few seconds later, another monster appeared. Oh, it's an abyssal wolf demon this time. The level has been raised by 1, reaching level 30. The attributes were still weakened, slightly higher than those of ordinary level 30 monsters, but not by much. The several skeletons stepped forward and brandished their blades, making short work of the wolf demon. A few seconds later, another monster appeared. This time it was an abyssal snake demon. The level has been raised by 1 again, reaching level 31. It's a shame, but it's still not enough for Lin Moyu to bat an eye. The several skeletons rushed forward, and then the snake demon died on the spot. Subsequently, the 4th monster appeared, followed by the 5th and the 6th. The level of each subsequent monster was raised by 1, and its attributes were increased accordingly. After the 7th monster, a level 35 abyssal basilisk, was killed by Lin Moyu, the assessment finally ended. A deep and resounding voice sounded. You passed the assessment. Lin Moyu's vision blurred, and he arrived outside. His name was impressively listed first on the screen of light. It turns out you only need to defeat 7 monsters to pass the preselection. It doesn't seem difficult. If other people were to hear Lin Moyu's words, they would probably vomit blood. The 7 monsters were simulated abyssal demons created by the Shengxia Tower. Although their level and attributes were decreased, but they were still slightly stronger than other monsters of the same level. Furthermore, their skills remained unchanged. With the level of each consecutive monster higher than the previous one, with no rest in between, it's completely different from the team competition's preselection. Without status buffs and treatment, it is quite difficult to face monsters whose level is several levels higher than your own by yourself. Lin Moyu's name shone brightly at the top, the number 7 in front of it. This means that he has killed 7 monsters. At this point, the number in front of the names of other people is either 0 or 1. There isn't even a single 2. How did that guy called Lin Moyu get to the very top? The number in front of his name is 7. Is he done already? No way. It has only been a little over a minute since the assessment started, yet he's already done. I remember that in the team competition's preselection, in the level 20 grouping, the first place was also taken by Lin Moyu's team. That's right, I didn't expect him to be that amazing. Chapter 172, Sister, Moyu. Lin Moyu passed the preselection after less than a minute, leaving a deep impression in everyone's hearts. Lin Moyu's performance was beyond excellent. There is no comparison. When he came out, others were still fighting the second monster. When he sat down, some finally started fighting the third monster. At this point, people started to be eliminated. The elimination rate is quite astonishing. For some weaker class users, being able to kill 2 monsters is already considered very good. When they reached the third monster, it became quite hard to proceed forward. The monsters won't give you a break. After you kill a monster, the next one will appear a few seconds later, and it will be even stronger than the previous one. There shouldn't be many people who can kill the 7 monsters in a row. Some people even surmise that the elimination rate of the individual competition's preselection may be higher than that of the team competition's preselection. People were constantly being eliminated, their names turning gray. At the same time, others killed a monster, and the number in front of their name increased by 1. At this moment, Lin Moyu's name was particularly eye-catching, as if a proud swan flying high above landfowl. After a full half-hour, a second person finally killed all 7 monsters. His name appeared in front of Lin Moyu's, in the same column, the level 20 grouping. Lin Moyu chuckled, what a coincidence. The second place happens to be Tang Jianfei. Tang Jianfei appeared outside the curtain of light, accompanied by an aura of arrogance. He successfully cleared the assessment without any help. He proudly lifted his head and confidently looked at the curtain of light, and then his expression changed drastically. He was ranked second again, Lin Moyu's name weighing down on him once again. Tang Jianfei turned and looked in a daze at Lin Moyu sitting aside, and then asked in a grave voice, "When did you come out?" Lin Moyu gave him the stink eye and said, "Earlier than you." Tang Jianfei snorted, "Your luck is pretty good. At the competition venue, I will surely defeat you. Who knows where this guy got his confidence from?" Lin Moyu no longer bothered responding to the other party. His gaze turned to another preselection venue. That is the venue of high-level class users. At this time, there is also an individual competitions preselection being held there. He wants to go over and see if he can find Lin Mohan. But he will have to wait until the preselection of his grouping is over before he can go. Lin Moyu closed his eyes and waited calmly. More and more people were eliminated. Conversely, very few people passed. Many grew slower and slower. A large number were eliminated when they reached the 5th or even the 6th monster. What a pity. After waiting for a whole hour, the last person finally came out. The curtain of light was fixed at that moment and didn't register further changes. Each grouping has a first place. Although the rank is the same, but in the eyes of others, Lin Moyu is the most eye-catching. The dignified and majestic voice rang again. The individual competition's preselection is over. The preselection's results are as follows. Level 10 to Level 19 grouping, a total of 32,512 people participated, 432 people passed. Level 20 to Level 29 grouping, a total of 64,352 people participated, 752 people passed. Level 30 to Level 39 grouping, a total of 43,454 people participated, 499 people passed. The preselection has ended. The class user competition will be officially held tomorrow. Countless people felt numb when they heard these results. That's a passing rate of less than 2%. Close to 99% of the participants were eliminated. Everyone wondered what sort of difficulty the Shengxia Empire set up. So many people actually couldn't pass the preselection. Lin Moyu didn't care about this. The moment when the end of the preselection was announced, Lin Moyu got up and rushed to another preselection venue. By the time he arrived, the preselection of the high-level venue had also concluded. The curtain of light still emitted brilliant light, the list of candidates who passed the preselection shining brightly. Lin Moyu searched carefully, but couldn't find Lin Mohan's name on the list. Perhaps sister didn't participate in the individual competition, he sighed lightly, unable to conceal his disappointment. Suddenly, he was stupefied. An unprecedented excitement welled up on his usually calm face, and his body trembled. Not far away, he saw a slender figure bathed in the glow of the setting sun. She smiled sweetly. Her gentle and beautiful countenance was pervaded with a heroic shade. As if plum blossoms were accosted by a cool gust of wind, a fragrance drifted with the wind. Moyu. She has a smile on her face and her voice is clear and melodious. Lin Moyu rushed over and hugged Lin Mohan. Sister. All thoughts and emotions fused into this call. Not only Lin Moyu was excited, but Lin Mohan was also excited. Tears slid silently from the corners of eyes, unable to conceal the longing. The glow of the setting sun came from the sea and shone on the two, making the scene look like a beautiful picture scroll. The two separated after a long time. Lin Mohan gesticulated and said, "Moyu, you've grown taller. You weren't much taller than me a year ago." Lin Mohan, with her tall and slender figure, has a height of more than 1.75 meters. But compared to Lin Moyu's 1.85 meters, there is a significant gap. Facing his sister, Lin Moyu felt an unprecedented tranquility, and a smile full of emotion rose on his face. Under the setting sun, the two sat side by side and chatted together. As always, Lin Moyu didn't say much. It was mainly Lin Mohan speaking. She talked about the things she had gone through the past year, going into great detail. Lin Moyu found out that his sister has been paying attention to him. She knew that he became the imperial top scorer and was admitted into Shajing Academy. But why didn't she come meet him? Lin Mohan's answer was that it was inconvenient. But she didn't go into detail. Lin Mohan smiled and said, "You still speak so little. You won't be able to get a girlfriend like this. In Shajing Academy, there are many nice girls. You have to take advantage of this chance." Lin Moyu smiled and said, "Sister, how did you know I would come here?" Lin Mohan smiled sweetly and said, "Because I'm your sister, I was naturally able to guess." Lin Mohan surmised that Lin Moyu would come looking for her and thus waited for him here. Footsteps sounded as someone walked over. 4 people joined them. They are wearing Shajing Academy's clothing, with a special symbol embroidered on their sleeves and collar. Lin Moyu recognizes this symbol. It is the symbol of the Chuangshan Institute. Junior Lin, who is this? The person in the leading position asked thusly, all the while looking at Lin Moyu. His gaze contains a forceful aura. However, it's not deliberate, but is something natural. The people of the Chuangshan Institute are all top-notch geniuses, and it is normal for them to have a unique aura. Lin Mohan stood up and said, "This is my brother, Lin Moyu." Lin Moyu nodded at him and said, "Hello. So it's Mohan's brother." The person's attitude toward Lin Moyu changed clearly. Lin Mohan said, "Senior, you should go back first. I want to talk with my brother some more." "Okay, but don't take too long. The competition will kick off tomorrow. We still need to discuss our tactics." The person agreed readily. Subsequently, he took a closer look at Lin Moyu and saw the military badge on his chest. Lin Moyu also took a closer look at him. On the other party's chest, there is also a military badge, a silver lieutenant badge with 1 star. Compared to Lin Moyu, he is 1 star behind. After he left, Lin Moyu asked, "Sister, are they your teammates for the competition?" Lin Mohan nodded, "Yes. These people are top geniuses from Chuangshan Institute, and they are all very amazing." Lin Moyu smiled and said, "I think you're really amazing, sister. You joined the Chuangshan Institute only a few months after entering the academy, and now you are already level 40. Lin Mohan said softly, "I'm different from them." Indeed, Lin Moyu also feels that she's different. They look like top talents. But compared to Lin Mohan, they seem to be a little lacking. "Sister, what is your class? How did you level up so quickly?" Lin Moyu has always been curious about Lin Mohan's class, about why her leveling speed was so fast. Before, when he still hadn't awakened his class, Lin Mohan didn't say anything regarding this. The two sat down again. Looking at the sun gradually fading into the horizon, Lin Mohan said softly, "When I awakened, my class was Sword Dancer, a legendary class. Now I have successfully sublimated my class and become a sacred sword dancer." Lin Moyu's eyes filled with astonishment. He didn't expect his sister to achieve class sublimation. This isn't something that can be achieved with luck. For class sublimation, what matters is the result rather than the process. Lin Mohan continued, "I leveled up quickly because of my talent. My leveling speed is more than 10 times that of other class users. Moreover, after my second awakening, my talent was further enhanced and my leveling speed became even faster." Lin Moyu finally learned why his sister was able to level up so quickly. He had his suspicions before, but he couldn't be certain. It turns out it was really due to a talent. Talent is really difficult to awaken. There are all sorts of talents. Some are powerful, while others are rubbish. Class users who can awaken a talent, and a good talent at that, are 1 in 10,000 geniuses. Seeing as the leveling speed of his sister is more than 10 times that of other class users, her talent must be quite powerful. So long as she can level up fast, then even if her class were on the weaker side, she would still be able to use her level advantage to suppress her peers. In the later stage, a difference of 1 level will lead to a significant difference in attributes. Moreover, would a legendary class be weak? In addition, after going through class sublimation, the class turned into a mid-level legendary class. It must have become even more powerful. Lin Mohan said, "My teacher is very strict with me. I have been level grinding all this time and had no time to come meet you. Teacher told me news about you. Moyu, you actually became the imperial top scorer. That's awesome. You have many female admirers in the academy. But you talk too little. Hurry up and find a girlfriend and have a chubby baby." The more Lin Mohan spoke, the more outrageous it became. This is the way his sister is. Although she is all serious at times, but she doesn't shy away when it comes to making jokes. The two chatted for a long time, until the sky turned completely dark. Lin Mohan slowly rose to her feet and said, "Moyu, I need to go back. After the competition, according to teacher's arrangement, I have to go to another place for a trial. I might not be able to see you for a long time." Lin Moyu nodded slightly, "When I join the Chuangshan Institute, I'll come find you." Lin Mohan broke into a smile, "Okay, I will be waiting for you." Suddenly, she said earnestly, "Moyu, find a girlfriend quickly and have a chubby baby." At times, his sister is more like a mother than a sister. Chapter 173. If they are stomped, they will still have Lin Moyu. The sun set in the horizon, and darkness took reign over the earth once again. Lin Moyu returned to the encampment and saw Ning Yi sitting in front of the lodge, looking up at the sky. She is muttering something to herself. She seems to be counting stars. After he got closer, Lin Moyu realized that it is not the case. Damned Moyu, stinky Moyu, why haven't you come back yet? When you come back, I'll bite you to death. I'll first bite your hand, then your neck, and finally. Ning Yi's fierce appearance is very cute. Lin Moyu reached her side silently and then asked softly, "What are you going to bite?" "Ah," Ning Yi exclaimed in surprise, her face flushed with embarrassment. She didn't expect her muttering to be heard by Lin Moyu. Ning Yi's thoughts spun rapidly, trying to change the topic. Her big eyes lit up. She discovered that Lin Moyu seems a bit different from before. He seems a bit more spirited. Then, she guessed the truth of the matter. "Moyu, did you find your sister?" Ning Yi blinked her big eyes and looked at Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu knew that Ning Yi is quite sharp, but he didn't expect her to be that sharp. "How did you guess it?" "You really found her?" Ning Yi showed a look of surprise on her face. Lin Moyu smiled and said, "Yes, I found my sister. I was talking with her until now, and so came back late." "How did you find her? Tell me." Ning Yi pulled Lin Moyu aside and sat down. Lin Moyu told her what happened. That evening, the Shengxia Empire announced the criteria for the individual competition's preselection. Everyone fell silent after reading it. It goes without saying, but the Shengxia Empire's standards are very high. Ordinary class users basically can't meet the criteria. Those who can meet them are excellent class users, who stand out from among the 200,000 plus participants. In addition, there was another huge discussion point, and that is Lin Moyu. Everyone would like to know how Lin Moyu finished the preselection within 1 minute. He was many times faster than the second place in the same grouping. The Shengxia Empire didn't give a response regarding this. The people can only look forward to seeing Lin Moyu's performance in the upcoming competition. The following morning, the 100th class user competition officially kicked off. The curtain of light covering the entire competition venue disappeared, and giant arenas appeared in everyone's sight. The competition venue for below level 40 low-level class users has been divided into 3 sections, and each section corresponds to a different grouping, namely level 10, level 20, and level 30 groupings. In each section, there are 10 arenas. This means that 30 matches can be held at the same time. Each arena is shrouded in formations, to ensure that there are no life-threatening situations. There is also a large number of healers on standby. Even if a participant were to lose a limb, they can help them regrow it right away. The safety measures here were taken to the extreme, so that class users can put their all into fighting. This is just the area for class users below level 40. There is also an area for high-level class users, and it has higher standards. There are top healers above level 70 standing in the air, ready to take action at a moment's notice. That's really extravagant. The Shengxia Empire is indeed a powerful country. Its scale is far grander than that of some small countries. These arenas are built on reclaimed land. That's really amazing. You see, this is how magnificent our Shengxia is. Trifling Bangja and Sakura have to take the back seat. The grandiose display of the Shengxia Empire shocked the world. In the entire world, apart from Shengxia, there seems to be no other country that can achieve this degree. The rules of the competition are very simple. 2 participants will face off. The winner will advance, while the loser will be eliminated. At this stage, there are no points. There's only victory or defeat. There is only one chance. Just like on the battlefield, when facing demons or monsters, you only have 1 life. After announcing the rules, each team sent a representative to draw lots. Zhang Taotao was the representative for Lin Moyu's team. We are number 512, right in the middle. In the level 20 grouping, a total of 1024 teams have passed the preselection. Zhang Taotao drew the middle number. According to the rules, their first opponent is team number 513. The class users moved quickly. They were done drawing lots in just 10 minutes. Subsequently, the arenas were activated, and the formations droned. Teams climbed the arenas according to their number. Zhang Taotao said, "We have to pay special attention to teams number 18, number 322, number 599, number 733, and no. 924. Team number 18 is from the Eagle Kingdom, team number 322 is from the Shengdu Divine Domain, Team number 599 is from the Sakura Kingdom, team number 733 is from the Fandi Sacred Domain, and team number 924 is from the Shungdu Church. These teams are all composed of level 29 class users, and the equipment they use is top-notch silver equipment. They possess great combat power. After she went back yesterday, Zhang Taotao looked up information about a number of teams, and then called the others to discuss tactics. Meanwhile, Lin Muyu was ignored. They intend to fight first. Once they run into a wall, it will be Lin Muyu's turn to take action. If Lin Muyu were to take action from the get-go, there will be nothing for them to do. A few skeletons could rush forward and wave their blades a few times, and the battle would be over. Lin Muyu let them call the shots. The matches took several minutes on average. The Shengxia Empire sent a large number of personnel to maintain order, including referees to preside over the matches. This is to ensure absolute fairness in the competition. Except for equipment, other items can't be used during the matches. Duan Gao hurried over and said, "I made some inquiries. Team number 513 is from Shinan Academy, and their captain is called Luo Miao, a level 27 female knight." Zhang Taotao asked, "What else have you learned?" "They have 2 supports, an archer, and a mage." Zhang Taotao asked, "What about their levels and specific classes?" "There are large differences between supports. Prophet, Elder, and Bishop are all supports. Elder includes Spren Elder, Elemental Elder, and Shilian Elder, and they are collectively referred to as Elder. The same goes for Knight. Zhang Taotao is a Spren Knight. Additionally, there is also Sword and Shield Knight, Mire Knight, Shadow Knight, and more. There are a lot of classes, and they have slight differences. This may lead to errors in judgment. The same is true for archers and mages. In addition to classes, there are still levels and equipment. If you know yourself and know your enemy, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Under the premise that Lin Muyu doesn't take action, there are only 4 of them, and their average level isn't high. They're already at a numerical disadvantage. If their tactics are also amiss, they will get smoked." Faced with Zhang Taotao's question, Duan Gao's face turned sour, and he said meekly, "I don't know." Miao Yu asked, "That female knight called Luo Miao is very beautiful, isn't she?" Duan Gao blurted out without thinking, "She's okay, ah." Amidst a cry, Miao Yu grabbed Duan Gao by the ear and said, "No wonder you couldn't find out anything. You were captivated by the girl. It hurts, it hurts. She's not as beautiful as you, not as beautiful as you." Duan Gao screamed. Zhang Taotao said in a dignified voice, "You, let go. It's really not easy to obtain this kind of information. The people who came to participate in the competition must be wearing cloaking badges. Seeing as we have similar levels, detection is rendered useless. It's already good that Gao was able to find out as much as he did. Now let's discuss countermeasures based on this information." Miao Yu finally let go of Duan Gao's ear and said, "HMPH. For Sister Peach's sake, I'll spare you this time." Ning Yi chuckled, "Let's do our best. If we can't defeat them, there's still Muyu. With Lin Muyu as their secret weapon, they can do as they please." Giant curtains of light appeared in midair. Information on class users in each arena is displayed on the curtains of light. By reading the information and observing the matches, you can learn a lot from it. The matches were held back-to-back, with teams either advancing or being eliminated at a very fast pace. Some matches lasted less than a minute, indicating a significant gap in combat power. As noon approached, it was finally the turn of Lin Muyu's team. The team stepped into the arena. At the same time, their opponent, team number 513, also entered the arena. 1 knight, 2 supports, 1 archer and 1 mage. This is a standard configuration and is the configuration that most teams have assumed. As the teams entered the arena, their information was displayed on a curtain of light. People with keen eyes spotted Lin Muyu's name at once. Lin Muyu, level 27, Necromancer. I haven't heard of this class before. Is it new? Necromancer, it seems like a mage-type class, and it's really powerful. It must be very powerful. You can tell this from his previous performance. Lin Muyu's name attracted people's attention. His previous performance was too eye-catching. His performance in the individual competition's pre-selection was really remarkable, which made people think of the team competition's pre-selection. Many people believe that Lin Muyu's team was able to suddenly win first place all thanks to Lin Muyu. In the arena, the 2 teams stood opposite each other, separated by 20 meters. Zhang Taotao and the opposing knight called Luo Miao both assumed combat stances. The two knights fixed their eyes on each other, filled with fighting spirit. Luo Miao is level 27, which is 3 levels higher than Zhang Taotao. However, below level 30, a difference of 3 levels doesn't constitute a crushing gap. Zhang Taotao is not afraid of her. The other party also knows that an edge of 3 levels isn't enough to determine the outcome, so she is also on the alert and combat ready. Except for Lin Moyu, everyone else has already finished preparing. Lin Moyu took a few steps back, showing no intention of fighting. This is what the team agreed upon. He won't need to do anything at the beginning. If they really are stamped, it won't be too late for him to step up. With a soft sound, the match officially started. Duan Gao immediately released his skills and applied status buffs, giving priority to Zhang Taotao. Zhang Taotao let out a shout and quickly launched her charge skill. Luo Miao did the same. Her hair rose into the air, and she activated charge. Charge is the most commonly used skill of knights. Under the charge skill, a knight can move 20 meters in the blink of an eye. Just as the two knights activated their skill, Miao Yu also activated her skill. Skill, Wind Binding, Chapter 174, Excellent Tactic, First Victory. The charging Luo Miao stopped abruptly, her charge skill interrupted by wind binding, and she lost her center of gravity. Miao Yu's timing was impeccable. At this time, Zhang Taotao arrived with her charge skills. Luo Miao let out a cry. With a bang, Luo Miao, who lost her center of gravity, was knocked away. Zhang Taotao's charge skill didn't stop here, and she entered the midst of the opposing team. The other party clearly didn't expect this, as the Prophet Hasnati fully applied his status buffs yet. Their knight was knocked over, while the opponent's knight rushed over. Skill, Group Taunt. Zhang Taotao activated her second skill as she charged. She activated the taunt skill to force the opponent's attention on herself. No one noticed that by this time, Ning Yi had already disappeared. They also didn't notice that Duan Gao was applying status buffs not to Zhang Taotao, but rather to Ning Yi. Strength, Agility, Attack Speed, Attack Power, 4 status buffs were applied to Ning Yi at the fastest speed. It wasn't until Ning Yi disappeared that Duan Gao turned and provided Zhang Taotao status buffs. The 4 opponents were blindsided by the sudden play. When the archer and mage reacted, Zhang Taotao was already in front of them. Zhang Taotao brandished the sword in her hand. Along with a flash of blue light, a magic shield appeared around the mage, blocking Zhang Taotao's sword. The archer quickly took a few steps back to widen the distance, and a brilliant light burst out from his bow. Skill, Triple Shot. 1 arrow turned into 3 and shoot toward Zhang Taotao. Zhang Taotao raised her shield and blocked them. She didn't continue to attack the mage, nor did she go after the archer, but instead targeted the elder. Step back, Luo Miao shouted and rushed back. She broke free from Miao Yu's binding skill. Skill, Taunt. Luo Miao activated her skill and forced Zhang Taotao to focus her attention on herself. The mage cast a skill, and a fireball flew toward Zhang Taotao. The fireball exploded with a bang. Although Zhang Taotao blocked it with a shield, but she still groaned and received an impact. Miao Yu cast heal, treating Zhang Taotao in the first moments. Zhang Taotao was surrounded. The knight tied her down, while the archer and mage unleashed long-range attacks. Zhang Taotao was in a precarious situation. A knight's explosive power isn't high. Furthermore, the opponent has an elder providing treatment. Zhang Taotao can't defeat the opponent. Zhang Taotao seems to be in danger. However, no one paid attention to Ning Yi's whereabouts. Zhang Taotao engaged Luo Miao in battle. Even though there is a difference of 3 levels between them, but she showed no fear and instead suppressed Luo Miao's momentum. While she was being attacked by both the archer and mage, Miao Yu cast heal repeatedly from behind. In this way, the pressure on Miao Yu was very high, and her consumption of spirit force was severe. The other party's elder also cast heal, but she was much more relaxed than Miao Yu. Suddenly, she shook violently. An excruciating pain pierced her heart. In the next moment, she disappeared from the arena and appeared outside. She was dead, killed in an instant. With the formations, protection, after being fatally wounded, you will not actually die, but will be teleported outside the arena. There are 2 huge wounds on her body, with excruciating pain piercing her heart. Subsequently, several powerful heals fell on her. The wounds quickly closed, and the pain disappeared thereupon. Ning Yi quietly appeared behind the opponent's healer and unleashed 2 skills in a row, sending the other party out of the arena. Be careful of their assassin. The archer let out a loud cry, activated the Hawkeye skill, and saw Ning Yi, who was in stealth state. Whoosh whoosh, arrows shot toward Ning Yi. While in stealth mode, Ning Yi's movement speed isn't as fast as usual. Faced with the swift arrows, she was forced to lift the stealth state. However, Ning Yi didn't retreat, but went for Luo Miao. With their team's elder and healer gone, once they are injured, they won't be able to receive treatment. Their ability to continue fighting has decreased exponentially. Seeing as Zhang Taotao continuously received treatment, her combat power wasn't reduced at all. Luo Miao was anxious and said, "Take down their healer." The archer and mage attacked Miao Yu at the same time. Duan Gao suddenly took out a huge shield, a confident expression on his face. The shield stood upright on the ground, more than 1.5 meters high. Its attributes don't matter, and his ability to wield it doesn't matter, what matters is that it's large. Duan Gao held up the shield and protected Miao Yu behind him. The attacks landed on the shield, and Duan Gao screamed exaggeratedly. The shield can't block all damage. With his pitiful level 21 attributes, Duan Gao immediately suffered not insignificant damage. After casting heal on Zhang Taotao, Miao Yu turned and cast heal on Duan Gao. "Hold on a little longer," Miao Yu said softly. Duan Gao gritted his teeth and said, "Don't worry, I can bear it. As long as the healer does not die, the team's safety is guaranteed." It is precisely because of this that Zhang Taotao and company decided on the strategy of taking down the opponent's healers first. As an assassin, Ning Yi has a weak presence, making it possible to launch a surprise attack and instantly kill the opponent's healers. Reality proved that it's pretty effective. Zhang Taotao and company have already seized the initiative. As he watched the battle, Lin Moyu realized that they will likely win this match. The other party should have no experience fighting against other class users. In other words, they have been only raiding dungeons, and so their actual combat experience is low. Extreme defense. Besieged by Zhang Taotao and Ning Yi, Luo Miao finally couldn't bear it and unleashed extreme defense. At the moment when Luo Miao activated extreme defense, Zhang Taotao switched targets and used charge to instantly reach the mage. Skill: Shield Bash. Skill: Knight's Crosscut. Skill: Knight's Strikes. Skills exploded one after another, instantly increasing Zhang Taotao's power. In just 1 second, under the mage's frightened gaze, the magic shield shattered like glass. Ning Yi appeared behind the mage at the right time. The cooldown of her skills have ended. Skill: Fatal Blow. Skill: Internal Blast. 2 skills activated at the same time, unleashing powerful damage. Along with a scream, the mage disappeared from the arena and then reappeared outside. With this, the victory has been decided. The battle lasted only 2 minutes before the result was out. Lin Moyu's team advanced. The others were overjoyed. Ning Yi jumped up with joy and said, "We won." Zhang Taotao clenched her fists and said, "We won." With an excellent tactic, it's only natural to win. The people watching the match felt disappointed. Lin Moyu, he didn't do anything. I'll be damned, they won with 4 people. The opponent was too weak. The opponent lost due to a lack of experience. They're used to raiding dungeons and have no experience fighting against class users. Exactly. When the healers were taken out, the match was over. It's a shame that we couldn't see Lin Moyu take action. I wonder how strong he is. Don't worry, there'll be other matches. He'll have to step in sooner or later. For Lin Moyu's team, there are no more matches today. The next match is scheduled for tomorrow. As for the opponent, they will be randomly assigned. I'm going to the high-level venue. Lin Moyu wants to see Lin Mohan. Ning Yi raised her hand and said, "I'll go with you." Zhang Taotao and the others sensibly chose not to be the third wheel. They want to observe the fights of other teams to learn from them. The matches in the high-level venue are more intense. The skills of high-level class users are far more dazzling and delightful than those of low-level class users. The two could see the colorful venue from afar. Skills rumbled and energy oscillated, spreading far and wide. Not unlike in the low-level venue, there are also 30 arenas here, which correspond to level 40, level 50, and level 60 groupings respectively. However, the arenas here are even larger, spanning 50 meters each. The high-level class users are given more movement space. Found it. In Arena No. 5, Ning Yi's sharp eyes immediately caught sight of Lin Mohan's name. The two sped toward Arena No. 5. According to the rules, they are unable to enter the venue and can only watch the matches from distant viewing platforms. On arena number 5, the battle was in full swing. Lin Mohan, with 2 swords in her hands, stood aside, not engaging in battle. With her gorgeous appearance and tall figure, she looks like a fairy. Even without engaging in battle, she still attracts the attention of many people. Her 4 teammates are all students of the Chuangshan Institute. They are top geniuses with powerful combat power. Despite Lin Mohan sitting this one out, her 4 teammates still overwhelmed the opponent. The gap in strength is too big. Your sister looks better than in the photo. Ning Yi saw Lin Mohan from a distance and was immediately drawn to her. Lin Moyu smiled and hugged Ning Yi, not saying a word. At this moment, Lin Mohan suddenly raised her 2 swords and twisted her delicate waist. Lin Mohan only moved for a moment, but it gave off the feeling of a graceful dance. She firmly caught everyone's attention. Lin Mohan is much more captivating than the battle. At this moment, Lin Moyu learned what Sacred Sword Dancer is about. A sword appeared above Lin Mohan's head. The sword shimmered with sacred light that spread in all directions. Lin Mohan's teammates also had a sword phantom appear above their heads. As if they were injected with a stimulant, their combat power skyrocketed. With their absolute advantage, the opponent's defeat was already a matter of time. Now that they received a boost from Lin Mohan's skill, their combat power has been greatly improved. The opponent was defeated practically in an instant and kicked out of the arena. Lin Mohan's team obtained the victory. Throughout the match, except for casting 2 skills, Lin Mohan didn't take any action. Lin Moyu pondered, your sister's class seems to have support characteristics. Yi, do you know of the class Sword Dancer? Ning Yi thought for a moment, then shook her head and said, I've heard of it. It's a rare legendary class. It is said to combine support and warrior characteristics. Even among legendary classes, it is a very powerful class. At present, Lin Mohan is no longer just a sword dancer, but has been sublimated to a sacred sword dancer. She has become even more powerful. Lin Mohan and company climbed down the arena and disappeared from sight in the blink of an eye. Let's go back. Lin Moyu clapped his hands. As long as he knows that Lin Mohan is safe and sound, he doesn't need to worry. There will be plenty of opportunities to meet her in the future. Chapter 175, Spirited Away by a Skill. The first day of the competition was over, and half of the teams were eliminated. After the first round, only 512 of the original 1024 teams remained in the level 20 grouping. On the second day, Lin Moyu and his team will have 2 matches, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. As for who will be their opponents, they won't know it until tomorrow. Although the competition is yet to enter the final stage, but many outstanding teams have already caught the attention of the people, including Lin Moyu's team. Lin Moyu's team beat their opponent with only 4 people and received high praise. The victory didn't go to Zhang Taotao's head. She and the others summarized all the information they gathered today and discussed tomorrow's tactics. Because they have one less person, Lin Moyu will only step in as a last resort, they have to catch the opponent off guard. Lin Moyu listened to their discussion, but wasn't very optimistic. The main reason why they won today was due to the opponent's carelessness and lack of experience. Now the cat is out of the bag. So long as the opponent restrains Ning Yi, it will be difficult for them to seize victory. At times, attributes, skills, and equipment can bridge a gap. However, it is difficult to make up for the disadvantage of having one less person. Lin Moyu thought about his skills. They're too powerful. It doesn't seem like any of them can be of help. A single move from him would disrupt the balance, making the fight pointless. The next day, the sun shone brightly. The competition continued. Outside the venue, there is a sea of people, filling the viewing platforms, which can accommodate 1 million spectators to the brim. This is already the case before the competition has entered the final stage. Once it is time for the final stage, things may become even more lively. 1 million spectators watching the event, besides the Shengxia Empire, no other country should be able to reach this degree. On the arena, Zhang Taotao and the others have solemn expressions. They encountered team number 482 in this match. The 5 opponents are very strong, their levels ranging between level 28 and level 29. The 5 class users are Sword Champion, Prophet, Shilian Elder, Elemental Mage, and Summoner respectively, all superior class users. They don't have a Knight. Instead, they have a Sword Champion, which provides the team with higher attack power. The Shillian Elder can buff the mage, greatly enhancing his skills. With the buffs provided by the Prophet and Shillian Elder, the power of the elemental mage's skills will be at least doubled. Next to the opponent's summoner, there is a summon emitting black gas that floats around it. At times, the summon will disappear for a couple of seconds. Shadow Beast, it's a shadow summoner. Ning Yi realized that they were in trouble. The shadow summoner's Shadow Beast is known as an assassin among summons. It has the ability to see through stealth. At the same time, it also has a stealth ability. It is comparable to an assassin of the same level in terms of explosive power, making it difficult to deal with it. If the opponent's summoner uses it to restrain Ning Yi, it will be difficult for her to break away in a short period of time. Zhang Taotao spoke with a solemn expression, this time things won't be easy. Ning Yi frowned and said to Lin Moyu, if we lose, we'll leave the rest to you. Lin Moyu nodded and said, don't worry. At this moment, he is most at ease. In his eyes, these matches are like children playing house. The 5 opponents are full of smiles, as if they were on the cusp of grasping victory. In the previous match, they defeated their opponent with overwhelming force. They are full of confidence. They think they can do the same this time. Along with a soft sound, the battle started. Zhang Taotao, who was about to launch a charge, stopped abruptly. The other party did not rush over, but instead huddled together. The sword champion stood at the very front, the elemental mage activated magic shield, while the summoner broke out with a cluster of light. They surrounded the Prophet and Shillian Elder. The 2 supports rapidly applied status buffs. They clearly want to wait until they are fully buffed before taking action. They are very cautious, not giving the opponent an opportunity to take advantage of. Ning Yi didn't move either. The Shadow Beast on the opposite side has already locked on her. If she makes a move, the other party will definitely follow her and restrain her in a short period of time. Duan Gao rapidly applied status buffs as well. Miao Yu asked in a low voice, what now? The other party huddled together and protected their supports, rendering their tactics useless. Zhang Taotao had no good solution for the time being, let's take it one step at a time. If things don't work out, there's still Moyu. Thinking of Lin Moyu, their countenance improved a bit. It doesn't matter if they lose, so long as Lin Moyu doesn't lose. Soon, both sides were fully buffed. The sky suddenly turned red. A red cloud appeared in the sky, and fire rained down. The opponent's mage, holding the advantage of long range, took the initiative in launching a skill. Disperse. Zhang Taotao let out a low shout and the team quickly dispersed. Zhang Taotao used her charge skill and rushed forward. The opponent's sword champion swung his 2 swords in a cross-shaped slash. Skill. Sword energy. The cross-shaped sword energy shot toward Zhang Taotao. Zhang Taotao promptly lifted her shield to block. With a loud bang, Zhang Taotao was knocked back by the sword energy. The sword energy passed through the shield, and she suffered some damage. Miao Yu quickly used a skill to treat Zhang Taotao. What a powerful skill! Zhang Taotao is facing a sword champion for the first time. She didn't expect his skills to be so powerful. The sword champion laughed frenziedly, leapt into the air, and brandished his 2 swords like crazy, and a storm of attacks pressed down on Zhang Taotao. The opponent is level 29, while Zhang Taotao is level 24. There's a gap of 5 levels. Although Zhang Taotao fell into a disadvantage, but she still strived hard to counterattack and did not back down. Tenacity is one of the convictions of knights, and Zhang Taotao firmly adheres to it. Miao Yu continuously released heal. On the other side, Ning Yi has disappeared. The summoner's Shadow Beast also disappeared. Person and beast entered stealth state. While no one else can see them, Ning Yi and the Shadow Beast can see each other. The summon quickly approached Ning Yi and launched an attack, sending its claw barreling toward Ning Yi. Ning Yi dodged the attack. She quickly drew her dagger, then attacked twice. The Shadow Beast let out a grunt. It was slightly injured. Then a breeze blew by, and the Shadow Beast's wounds quickly healed. Ning Yi knows it was the summoner's doing. Summoners have skills to heal their summons. The summoner is not only the summon's owner, but also its healer. Ning Yi quickly launched attacks, while the summoner continued to treat his summon. The level 20+ summoner doesn't have many skills, and his summon isn't as powerful as Mo Yun's summon. There is a significant difference between legendary and superior classes. In terms of flexibility, the Shadow Beast can't hold a candle to Ning Yi. However, with the summoner's presence, Ning Yi can't deal with it for the moment. The sword champion restrained Zhang Taotao, while the shadow beast restrained Ning Yi. The mage maintained his magic shield and launched attacks against Miao Yu and Duan Gao. Duan Gao employed the trick with the shield once again. Unfortunately, he couldn't persist this time. After being buffed by both the Prophet and Shilian Elder, the power of the level 29 mage's skills are on par with that of some level 30+ class users. Duan Gao, on the other hand, is only level 21. He was seriously injured with just one magic spell. The second magic spell sent him directly outside the arena. Miao Yu didn't even have time to heal him. After all, she was already under considerable pressure treating Zhang Taotao, her skills never stopping. After Duan Gao was eliminated, the mage aimed at Miao Yu. Miao Yu can't attend to two things at the same time. Furthermore, the difference in level is too large. She was quickly expelled from the arena. The sword champion chuckled, "Your supports are finished. Just admit defeat. You don't want to get hurt, little sister." Zhang Taotao realized they lost, then took a deep breath and let out a cry, "Extreme Defense." By activating Extreme Defense, Zhang Taotao is making a last-ditch attempt. Zhang Taotao braved the sword champion's attacks and rushed toward the opponent's supports. The opponent's two supports stood behind the mage. The mage shook his head and said, "It's no use." When Zhang Taotao arrived, a ring of fire suddenly popped out and knocked her away. Skill: Fire Ring of Repulsion. One of the signature moves of a mage is to knock the enemy away. Zhang Taotao realized that the situation is hopeless and gave up resistance. "The rest is up to you." With that, she jumped off the arena. At this time, Ning Yi appeared by Lin Moyu's side and put away her dagger, a relaxed expression on her face. "It's up to you now." Lin Moyu nodded and said, "You guys take a break. It'll be over soon." Ning Yi laughed and jumped off the arena. At this moment, there were only Lin Moyu and the 5 opponents left in the arena. The people watching this match became excited. Lin Moyu is about to take action. We can finally see what he's all about. Necromancer, it's worth studying what makes this class amazing. There's a limit to how powerful it can be. After all, he's only level 27. He can't beat 5 people by himself. It's not that simple. I think Lin Moyu can win. Didn't you see his teammates? They look like they have great confidence in him. Many people are paying attention to Lin Moyu, desirous to see what he's all about. In the arena, the 5 opponents looked at Lin Moyu, victorious smiles on their faces. The sword champion shouted, "Your teammates have already surrendered. What are you still doing here? Do you want me to kick you out?" Lin Moyu shook his head and raised a finger, a smile on his face. A skeletal mage appeared in front of him. It is an ice skeletal mage. Undead type summon. The sword champion suddenly burst into laughter, "So you're a summoner. To wait until your teammates lost before taking action, don't you think it's already too late?" Lin Moyu didn't reply. He willed, and the skeletal mage's hands lit up. A skill erupted in an instant. Skill: Frozen Tempest. The temperature in the arena dropped sharply. A large amount of ice rained down. The countenance of the sword champion, who was smiling a second ago, changed greatly, and he let out a scream. The rain of ice fell on him, instantly causing him serious injuries. "Hurry up and treat me!" He roared and charged toward Lin Moyu. But, halfway through, he suddenly stopped. Unlike what he expected, the heal never came. He looked back and suddenly felt a chill run down his spine. His 4 teammates are no longer in the arena, but outside the arena. They were instantly eliminated by a skill. They were spirited away by a skill. A chill rose from the soles of his feet and rushed straight to the top of his head. What sort of summon is this? Why is its skill so powerful? He, a warrior, sustained severe damage, while the mage and summoner, who have weaker physiques, were eliminated in an instant. At this point, the skeletal mage cast its skill a second time. A beautiful rain of ice appeared before the sword champion's eyes. Chapter 176, 1 against 5. A skeletal mage unleashed its skill twice, and the opposing team was annihilated. If it weren't for his high physique, the sword champion would have been done for by the first time the skill was released. Until they were eliminated, the 5 people still haven't reacted. Why is the power of the skeletal mage's skill so great? Except for the sword champion, the rest were eliminated in an instant. The area outside the venue exploded into a frenzy. Numerous people jumped up when they saw this, unable to believe their eyes. Although they thought that Lin Moyu would be strong, but they didn't expect him to be that strong. A team that doesn't look weak was taken down in seconds. What the hell? So this is Lin Moyu's summon. To be able to wipe out a team with a skill, what an awesome skeleton. I understand why he didn't step in yesterday. If he did step in, there would be nothing for his teammates to do. His opponents are really pitiful. The first place for the level 20 grouping is his for the taking. The guys in the individual competition are even more pitiful. They stand no chance against him. Lin Moyu's skeletal mage shocked the audience. Not only was the audience outside the venue in an uproar, but the trend spread to the whole country and even the entire world. Everyone learned of the Necromancer class. Scholars specializing in classes stated that the Necromancer class has never appeared in the history of the human race. This is a brand new class, and it can be directly classified as a legendary class. Of course, whether it is a legendary class or not hinges on its subsequent performance. Some classes start strong and then weaken after the second awakening. Ning Yi sighed, I suggest that we let Moyu take action right away starting next match. Duan Gao raised his hand and agreed, I second that. Yesterday's victory is already our limit. After all, we lack one person, and our levels are low. Miao Yu also spoke up, the subsequent teams will only get stronger and stronger. We won't stand a chance. Zhang Taotao aware of this as well. Fortunately, they won the first match and proved their strength. The subsequent teams will indeed get stronger and stronger. After this round, by the afternoon, there will only be 256 teams left, none of them easy to deal with. Okay, then let's have Junior Lin handle the rest. We can take a break. Everyone agreed with the suggestion. Ning Yi smiled and pulled Lin Moyu by the hand, then we'll be counting on you. Piece of cake. Lin Moyu was unconcerned. Anyway, he's after the first place and its rewards. He must obtain the elementary flash skill scroll. There is also magical draft, which can be given to Ning Yi. The individual competition's first place also rewards magical draft, and it's reserved for his own use. The remaining gold coin reward will be shared among everyone. This was agreed upon beforehand. Zhang Taotao and the others said they didn't want anything at first, satisfied with the points and contribution points the academy will award when they take first place. But later Lin Moyu insisted the gold coins be divided among everyone, and they agreed. Time quickly passed and it was soon afternoon. It's the turn of Lin Moyu's team again. When they climbed onto the arena, they saw some familiar faces. Lin Moyu knows these people. They are ordinary students of Shajing Academy. They asked Lin Moyu to carry them through the Tyrant Desert dungeon before. Shajing Academy is the best academy in the Shengxia Empire. Even though they are ordinary students of the academy, they are considered as first-class geniuses outside. They might be the top scorer of some city or province. Failure to clear the Tyrant Desert dungeon sometimes is not related to strength, but to luck. Lin Moyu didn't find it strange at all that their team was able to pass the pre-selection and reach the third round. At this time, they had strange expressions on their faces. They have to fight Lin Moyu. They might as well find a piece of tofu and bludgeon him to death. After the match began, both sides fell into a strange stillness, where status buffs weren't applied and skills weren't released. Lin Moyu just looked at them, waiting to see what they are going to do. Half a minute later, these people suddenly saluted Lin Moyu at the same time. Boss Lin, goodbye. Boss Lin, you got this. Boss Lin, take first place. ... The several people jumped off the arena one after another, directly admitting defeat. Duan Gao uttered in surprise, dang, why are they so straightforward? Lin Moyu said, they know they can't beat me, so they might as well just give up. Ning Yi smiled and said, these people are quite sensible. Everyone in the academy knows Moyu. Since they know they can't beat you, there's no need for them to embarrass themselves. Zhang Taotao said quietly. Victory without a fight. At first others didn't know what was going on. Later someone mentioned that they and Lin Moyu are both from Shajing Academy, and they understood immediately. When you know you can't win, it's better to just give up. The second day of the competition ended, and only 1/8 of the teams remained. There are only 128 out of the original 1024 teams left in the level 20 grouping. In the other groupings, there are even fewer teams left. For example, in the level 30 grouping, there are only 62 people left. The number of teams in each grouping varies, and the schedule of the matches also varies. The level 20 grouping, where Lin Moyu is located, will have 4 matches tomorrow. After tomorrow, only 8 teams will remain. These 8 teams will compete in the final stage the day after tomorrow to determine the first and second places. As the number of participants decreases, the competition progresses faster toward the end. With the presence of top healers, there is no need to worry about injuries. Even if you run out of physical energy, it will be instantly replenished for you. There is no issue of unfairness. Lin Moya paid attention to the progress of the high-level competition. Lin Mohan's team is advancing with great fanfare. Both Lin Moyu and Lin Mohan's teams seem invincible at this time. The reputation of the Necromancer class spread throughout the world. At the same time, as the competition progressed, the reputation of the sacred sword dancer Lin Mohan also spread. Legendary classes are already very amazing. For her to be able to achieve class sublimation during the second advancement, Lin Mohan's future is limitless. In the Bai Shen courtyard, Meng Anwen said in a low voice, his eyes closed, young Lin is so high profile, is it really okay? Bai Yiyuan said disapprovingly, of course it's fine. Let the whole world know that he's not someone to be trifled with. Meng Anwen disagreed with Bai Yiyuan, being too high profile will attract enemies. People from the Eagle Kingdom and Shengdu Divine Domain are quite treacherous. Bai Yiyuan sneered, what I worry about is that they won't come out. In the past, they acted cowardly a few times, but I couldn't find any evidence. If they take action this time, I'll teach them what pain is. Meng Anwen's eyes flashed with murderous intent, so you're planning to use young Lin as bait. Did you tell him to be so high profile? Bai Yiyuan sneered, I discussed it with him. The geniuses from a couple of years ago, their death must not be in vain. Young Lin also agrees. Besides, as far as I know, the old man plans to use Lin Mohan as bait to lure out the hidden vipers. Meng Anwen said in a deep voice, a necromancer whose depths are unknown and a sacred sword dancer who has undergone class sublimation, they're indeed qualified. And they're unexpectedly siblings. The talent of this pair of siblings is really enviable. Bai Yiyuan said, the higher the talent, the better they can bait fish. This time there's going to be a massacre. Meng Anwen sighed, I haven't taken action in a long time. It's about time I make a move. Murderous intents permeated the God-Bai courtyard, and the temperature dropped sharply. The class user competition entered its third day. This is the last day of the team preliminaries. Starting tomorrow, it will be the team finals. The team finals will only last one day. Within a day, the first and second places will be determined. After the team competition, the more eye-catching individual competition will be held. Compared to the team competition, the individual competition is more worth looking forward to. A competition that solely relies on the individual abilities of class users is more attractive. Today's first match is against Team No. 114. The pairings have already been released. Of the teams who can reach this point, none of them is weak. The average level of each remaining team will be no lower than level 28. Zhang Taotao, Duan Gao, and Miao Yu are a unique case. Putting them aside, you won't even find level 26 nor level 27 class users at this stage. In the level 20 grouping, Lin Moyu's team has the lowest average level. Nevertheless, this team is considered to have the highest chance of taking first place in the level 20 grouping. Some people even believe that Lin Moyu is guaranteed to take first place. This time Zhang Taotao no longer inquired about the opponent's information. Seeing as Lin Moyu has already stepped in, there is no longer any need to make inquiries. They will just leave the rest up to him. In front of absolute force, tactics and techniques are meaningless. The 5 members of team number 114 stepped onto the arena. Zhang Taotao and company took a few steps back to make room for Lin Moyu. In this match, Lin Moyu is obviously going to fight the 5 people by himself. The 5 people of the other side fixed their eyes on Lin Moyu. They clearly don't intend to give up. The configuration of their team is somewhat strange. Different from the usual configuration, their team has 1 support and 4 archers. The support is not a prophet, but a support called Battle King. Lin Moyu doesn't know much about the Battle King class, only that it is lauded as the best support for dungeons. It can apply status buffs and perform treatment. It has the advantages of both support and healer. However, class users who have awakened this class are rare and hard to find. The mainstream is prophet and healer. With 1 support and 4 archers, they must be banking on sudden attacks. Lin Moyu, we know you're very strong. But we're not easy to push around either. We have a way to deal with you. You're sure to lose. The 4 archers stared at Lin Moyu and gripped their bows tightly, ready for action. Although they spoke with confidence, but they are clearly a bit nervous. The match officially began. A skeletal mage appeared next to Lin Moyu. The Battle King support cast his skills. Accompanied by a booming noise, the 4 archers received a status buff at the same time. Unlike Prophet, who needs to apply the status buff one person at a time, Battle King can apply the status buff to the entire team at the same time. It is somewhat similar to Legion Overlord in this respect. The skeletal mage cast its skills, and a storm of ice descended. The 4 archers are very fast. They quickly dodge the attack. At the same time, an arrow shot toward the skeletal mage. Skill: Impact Arrow. There was a bang. The skeletal mage stood there, motionless. The impact arrow comes with a stun effect, stunning the skeletal mage. A good tactic: restrain the skeletal mage, and then deal with Lin Moyu. The best way to deal with a summoner is to take down the summoner himself. Lin Moyu is in trouble. Unless their class reaches the legendary rank, a summoner will be at a great disadvantage if he's by himself. Not necessarily. Lin Moyu must have a way to deal with this. Only those who understand Lin Moyu know that restraining a skeletal mage means nothing to Lin Moyu. Chapter 177, Legendary Class, Divine Swordsman, Lin Moyu is done for. Seeing the skeletal mage being restrained, the 4 archers smiled. They have 4 people and can take turns using their skill to ensure that the skeletal mage can't move. The Battle King support quickly unleashed status buff skills. In just 2 seconds, an entire set of status buffs was applied. After being fully buffed by the Battle King, the archers' combat power has increased by at least 3 times. The 4 archers dispersed, keeping a considerable distance between each other, so as not to give Lin Moyu a chance to take them down at the same time. After restraining the skeletal mage, the archers began to attack Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu wasn't concerned at all. With the bone armor present, he can stand still and let them attack him until the sky gets dark, and he still won't be harmed. He raised his finger, and another skeletal mage appeared. This time it is a fire skeletal mage. Another one. The 4 archers were startled, and a hue of panic rose on their faces. As soon as the skeletal mage appeared, it immediately launched its skill. Skill: Flame Burst. With a loud blast, an archer screamed as he was blown away. Fortunately, he was quick to dodge. The attack only brushed him. The Battle King support immediately cast a healing skill. Not unlike the status buffs, the Battle King support's healing skill was also applied to everyone. The 4 archers emitted light as the healing skill was applied. The injured archer quickly recovered. The skeletal mage stood in front of Lin Moyu and bravely withstood the opponent's attacks. Although the physique of skeletal mages is not as high as that of skeletal warriors, but it's still much higher than that of minor characters who have yet to reach level 30. To skeletal mages, attacks of this degree can just tickle them. The area outside the venue exploded into a frenzy. Lin Moyu can now be said to be the focus of the entire audience now. Many people came to see him. Oh my god, he has more than one skeleton. The second skeleton is fire type. Will there also be wind type and lightning type skeletons? It's hard to say. Maybe there will be. In this way, it will be difficult to defeat Lin Moyu. Bang! Another impact arrow landed on the fire skeletal mage. The fire skeletal mage has also fallen into a stun state, unable to move for the time being. Although 2 skeletal mages appeared, the opponent was able to restrain them. Taking turns restraining the skeletons, they can focus of dealing with Lin Moyu. As long as the thought had just risen, when the pupils of the archers suddenly shrank, and they almost spewed out blood. Another skeletal mage appeared next to Lin Moyu. Wind skeletal mage. Skill: Cyclone Storm. A cyclone roared and targeted the Battle King support. Dodge it! The archers bellowed. The Battle King support's reaction was very fast. He quickly dodged, but was still brushed by the cyclone and suffered serious damage. Subsequently, he hurriedly healed himself. Bang! The third impact arrow landed on the wind skeletal mage. Meanwhile, a 4th skeletal mage appeared. It's a lightning skeletal mage. Another one. The 4 archers were on the brink of despair. How come there are so many skeletons? Skill: Thunderstruck. Lightning-type magic attacks aid extremely fast and can't be dodged at all. A lightning bolt dropped and hit the Battle King. The Battle King was instantly taken out. He disappeared and then reappeared outside the arena. He looked at Lin Moyu with fear. If it weren't for the fact that this is an arena match, he would have died just now. The last impact arrow crashed into the lightning skeletal mage in response. Without the Battle King, the 4 archers have fallen into dire straits. Now that the skill is in cooldown, the only way out is to defeat Lin Moyu before the effect of the impact arrows disappears. Attack Lin Moyu with all your might. At this moment, 2 lightning skeletal mages suddenly appeared in front of Lin Moyu. There's still more. How many skeletons can he summon? How can he summon so many? Not only do they have numbers, but they are also powerful. All of a sudden, 2 loud blasts sounded. 2 lightning bolts fell and instantly took out 2 archers. The remaining 2 archers looked like their souls have left their bodies. Even if they stake it all on an attack, it still won't be of any use. The 2 exchanged a look and then jumped off the arena at the same time. The battle is over. From beginning to end, Lin Moyu just stood in place and released skeletons. This level of combat is too simple for him. Many people were watching this battle. It can be seen from the battle that Lin Moyu's class is indeed very powerful. He effortlessly beat 5 people by himself. The combination of 1 support and 4 archers was also quite eye-catching. At present, the level of the archers is still low, and they don't have many control-type skills. They only have impact arrow. In the future, as their level rises, a large number of control-type skills will appear, such as sleep arrow, silence arrow, and group stun arrow. This combination has great potential. But most people have no idea that what Lin Moyu showed until now is just the tip of the iceberg. Some students of Shajing Academy are aware of it, but they won't tell anyone. There are too many teams in the level 20 grouping, and so today there will be 4 rounds of elimination matches, 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, with a 1-hour-long break in between, to determine the top 8 teams. I wonder which team will we encounter in the next round? Duan Gao said faintly. Zhang Taotao shook her head, I don't know. According to the Empire, the pairings are random, to ensure fairness. However, there is also a certain pattern to it. Have you noticed that several strong teams have yet to meet? The strong teams Zhang Taotao mentioned refers to team number 18 of the Eagle Kingdom, team number 322 of the Shengdu Divine Domain, team number 599 of the Sakura Kingdom, team number 733 of the Fandi Sacred Domain, and team number 924 of the Shengdu Church. These teams have showed very strong performances from the beginning, overwhelming their opponent with absolute force every time. But these strong teams haven't come across one another so far. Clearly there is an underlying rule in the random pairing. Everyone is aware of this, but no one wishes to speak up. The second round's pairing came out soon after. After seeing their opponent, Ning Yi couldn't help but laugh, it's the arrogant one. Their next opponent is Tang Jianfei's team, whom they met during the pre-selection. At that time, Tang Jianfei's conceited bearing was rather memorable. Who knows what kind of upbringing can cultivate a character like his? It turns out he's a divine swordsman, a legendary class user. He does indeed have the capital to be haughty. Lin Moyu saw the opponent's classes and levels. Tang Jianfei, level 29, divine swordsman. It's a legendary class, and a very rare and powerful one to boot. With such a class, it's normal to be a little haughty. Ever since he awakened his class, Lin Moyu has encountered only a handful of legendary class users, the Sakura Kingdom's Onmyoji Tojo Taro, Sentinel Zhou Lesheng, Holy Summoner Mo Yun, and his sister. Tang Jianfei is the 5th one. Divine Swordsman is a class a grade above Sacred Swordsman. Feng Shu is a Sacred Swordsman. If he can sublimate his class, he will become a Divine Swordsman. This should be a very powerful class, and if it can be sublimated, it will become even more powerful. Lin Moyu muttered to himself. Ning Yi smiled and said, class sublimation is too difficult. Even if you are well prepared, there is no guarantee that you will be able to sublimate your class. After all, such a thing can only come through luck. Lin Moyu understands it. For his sister to achieve class sublimation, it is really incredible. Even Lin Mohan said she almost failed the sublimation. In the end, it was up to luck. When it was the time for the match, Lin Moyu slowly walked onto the arena. This time, Zhang Taotao and company didn't climb onto the arena, but watched from outside. On the other side of the arena, Tang Jianfei appeared together with his team. The 5 wore identical attires, and even their temperaments are very similar. It looks like they often raid dungeons together and cooperate very well with each other. Tang Jianfei's team is composed of him, Divine Swordsman, a mage, an archer, and 2 supports. There is no knight in the team. Tang Jianfei serves as the knight as well as the main attacker. Tang Jianfei frowned and looked at Lin Moyu, it's only you. Lin Moyu nodded and said, it's only me. Tang Jianfei said quietly to his teammates, you guys go down. The four people jumped off the arena without hesitation. The team match turned into a duel between Lin Moyu and Tang Jianfei. This made Lin Moyu see Tang Jianfei in a new light. Although this person is immensely arrogant, but it must be said that he has mettle. A legendary class user has his pride, disdaining to bully others with numbers. Tang Jianfei slowly drew his sword, the tip of which drooped to the ground. I wanted to fight against you one-on-one in the individual competition, but the fight got unexpectedly moved forward. I watched your first two matches, and I have to say, your skeletons are powerful. But it won't work against me. Now that you met me, you are sure to lose. Lin Moyu smiled and said, you're pretty good. Lin Moyu sounded as if an elder complimenting a child. Tang Jianfei got agitated and said, I don't need you to assess me. Lin Moyu shook his head and said, I'm just telling the truth. When Tang Jianfei, a legendary class user, faced Lin Moyu, it attracted the attention of countless people. Lin Moyu is very strong, but a legendary class user shouldn't be weak either. What will be the outcome of the collision between the two? Maybe there will be a spectacular battle. Everyone was curious. It's the Exabe Tang family. They are a divine swordsman family, on par with the Feng family. The Tang family has a strong bloodline. In nearly every generation, they will give birth to a divine swordsman class user. I have seen information about divine swordsmen. Even among legendary classes, divine swordsman is among the top few. Divine swordsman isn't scary. What's scary is divine swordsman who has mastered all their skills. Those skills, hee. The match began, and a skeletal mage appeared next to Lin Moyu. Tang Jianfei's sword broke out with 2 rings of light in an instant. The rings of light revolved around the sword and emitted brilliant light. 2-star rings, he mastered the divine swordsman's skills. 1-star ring at level 10, 2 stars rings at level 20, each star ring is a top skill. It is said that a level 90 divine swordsman who has mastered 9-star rings is invincible. It started, here we go, keep our eyes peeled. Lin Moyu summoned a lightning elemental mage. Skill, Thunderstruck, a lightning bolt fell from above. Tang Jianfei didn't try to evade. A star ring on his sword exploded. The lightning bolt landed on Tang Jianfei and melted away, showing no effect. Tang Jianfei burst out laughing, my first skill, elemental sword body. I am immune to all elemental attacks for 10 minutes. Your skeletal mages can't touch me. I hope you can persevere these 10 minutes. When his words fell, Tang Jianfei rushed toward Lin Moyu. His speed was very fast, as if he were riding the wind itself. As a legendary class user, his attributes are higher than those of ordinary class users. Even without being buffed, he is still very powerful. Sounds of surprise came from outside the venue. Many people felt that Lin Moyu was done for. Chapter 178, Lin Moyu is done for. With Tang Jianfei being immune to elemental attacks, Lin Moyu's skeletal mages were effectively crippled. As Tang Jianfei said, if he wants to win, Lin Moyu has to hold on for 10 minutes. But, under his sword, it is impossible to hold on for 10 minutes. Tang Jianfei felt that unless he's seeing a ghost, Lin Moyu shouldn't be able to persevere for 10 minutes under his sword. Little did he know that he's indeed seeing a ghost. He rushed toward Lin Moyu like the wind, about to wielding his sword. Suddenly, he felt a chill arise inside him. An extreme sense of danger welled up inside him. Tang Jianfei trusts his intuition, and he quickly retreated. The moment he retreated, a blade glowing with red light swept past him. With a loud bang, the large blade landed on the arena, causing the entire arena to tremble. This shows how powerful the blade strike is. Tang Jianfei drew in a sharp breath. If the blade had landed on him, he would probably be outside the arena by now. Murmur. Many people were once again shocked and jumped up. What is this? It's a skeleton with a blade, a skeleton with physical attack capability. And it can also release a skill with considerable power. A skeleton with a blade in hand appeared beside Lin Moyu. The skeletal mage has already been retrieved. Tang Jianfei broke out in a cold sweat and then burst into laughter. You really can't be underestimated. So this is your trump card. I want to see how strong the skeleton with a blade is. Tang Jianfei still maintained his arrogance and rushed forward again. The skeletal warrior went to welcome him, blade in hand. With its high attributes, the skeletal warrior's speed is incredibly fast. In Tang Jianfei's eyes, the skeletal warrior is like a bolt of lightning. It appeared in front of him in an instant and slashed down with its large blade. So fast, Tang Jianfei exclaimed in surprise. Tang Jianfei's sword glimmered. Skill, Shielding Sword. Under the Shielding Sword skill, Tang Jianfei can accurately block all attacks and ricochet enemies. No matter how fast the skeletal warrior's attack speed is, it can still be blocked. Along with a thud, Tang Jianfei was knocked away by a tremendous force. The skeletal warrior was also knocked backward and fell to the ground. It's really strong. Tang Jianfei once again broke out in a cold sweat. Both in terms of speed and strength, the skeleton is miles above him. The skeletal warrior quickly got up and charged forward again. Tang Jianfei snorted coldly, and the other star ring on his sword also exploded. In an instant, his 4 attributes were raised by 10 times. Skill, Furious Sword. Within 5 minutes, all attributes are increased by 10 times. The effect is similar to Berserker's Frenzy but stronger, and it doesn't affect the class user's rationality. There is a fundamental difference between legendary and superior classes, including a significant difference in skill quality. This skill is something that superior classes can only dream of. Skill, Flying Dragon Sword. Tang Jianfei ejected out like a flying dragon and collided directly with the skeletal warrior. The skeletal warrior was once again knocked away and dropped to the ground, unable to get up. The skill has a control-type effect that can put the skeletal warrior in a stun state for 30 seconds. After sending the skeletal warrior flying, Tang Jianfei charged toward Lin Moyu like lightning. With his attributes enhanced by 10 times, his speed has become significantly faster than before. With the skeletal warrior restrained, and the skeletal mages rendered useless, Lin Moyu is done for. Divine Swordsman is really powerful. That's a legendary class for you. Lin Moyu should be out of options. Unless, at this moment, 2 dark figures appeared in front of Lin Moyu. 2 skeletal warriors appeared in front of him. The 2 skeletons simultaneously swung their large blades and attacked Tang Jianfei. Tang Jianfei came fast and retreated even faster. He looked at Lin Moyu as if he were seeing a ghost and said, "How come there are more? How many skeletons do you have?" Lin Moyu chuckled, "Take a guess." Tang Jianfei snorted coldly, his face painted with defiance, "Guess, my ass. Don't think you can beat me by adding 2 more skeletal warriors. I still have many skills I haven't used. Just you wait." As he spoke, he assumed a stance and held his breath. Light glowed on the tip of his sword as energy converged. For the skill to need to gather energy, it's probably quite powerful. Tang Jianfei's expression reminded Lin Moyu of Xia Shui. At the same time, it also has vestiges of Gao Yang. It's like a combination of the two, both haughty and somewhat teasing. If 2 are not enough, then let's add a few more. 5 more skeletal warriors appeared. In front of Lin Moyu, 7 skeletal warriors lined up in a row, their large blades shining with a gloss. In a moment, the entire arena was covered in cold air, and the temperature dropped sharply. Tang Jianfei shuddered. His energy-gathering skill was interrupted. His breathing faltered. Cough cough. Tang Jianfei shouted while coughing, "Are you a kid who runs a skeleton shop? Why do you have so many skeletons?" Lin Moyu chuckled, "Do you want to continue the fight?" Tang Jianfei snorted coldly and said, "Continue, my foot. I'll fight you again after I have reached level 40 and completed the second awakening." As he spoke, he ran to the edge of the arena and jumped down. He gave up. 1 skeletal warrior is difficult to deal with, while 2 is already his limit. But now there are 7. If he were to continue the fight, he would likely be hacked into pieces by a flurry of blades. Tang Jianfei is haughty, but not an idiot. Lin Moyu won again. The spectators were speechless for a long time. It can't be said that Tang Jianfei is weak. His skills definitely aren't weak. It can only be said that Lin Moyu is too powerful. No, it should be said that his skeletons are too powerful. But at the same time, a question arose: how many skeletons does Lin Moyu have? What he showed so far is 8 skeletal warriors and 6 skeletal mages. If added together, that's already 14 skeletons. Some people speculate that there should be 20, 10 skeletal warriors and 10 skeletal mages. Others speculate that there may be 8 of each kind. Except for Lin Moyu, no one knows how many skeletons there are. Tang Jianfei's team has been eliminated. With his strength, if he met another team, it shouldn't be a problem for him to reach the finals. Unfortunately, he met Lin Moyu and had to leave early. The morning matches have finally come to an end. At this time, speculation about the number of skeletons under Lin Moyu's control still hasn't stopped. Even when the afternoon matches started, there were still people making conjectures and speculations. During the 2 consecutive matches in the afternoon, Lin Moyu wasn't able to encounter an opponent of similar strength. It was a return to skeletal mages dominating the arena. The matches played out as follows: the Elder would bind the first skeletal mage, but then the second and third skeletal mages would appear and send them out of the arena. After the afternoon matches, the list of the 8 finalists was announced. The 5 teams mentioned by Zhang Taotao, the teams from Eagle Kingdom, Shengdu Divine Domain, Sakura Kingdom, Fandi Sacred Domain, and Shengdu Church, were all present. There was Lin Moyu's team, as well as another team from Shajing Academy and a team from Jundan Academy. Among the 8 teams that made it to the finals, the Shengxia Empire alone accounted for 3 teams. In each grouping, although there were initially many participating teams, only 8 teams remained after today and entered the finals. An overwhelming curtain of light once again enveloped the competition venues, blocking everyone's view. Lin Moyu and Ning Yi sat on the grass at the encampment. The competition has been going on for a few days now, and 90% of the people in the encampment have already left. The whole encampment has become very quiet. Ning Yi leaned on Lin Moyu's shoulder and said, "The team competition is coming to end tomorrow, and then the individual competition will kick off. As in previous years, there will still be the unrestricted competition. Will you participate?" In the unrestricted competition, low-level class users will challenge high-level class users. As long as they win, they will receive generous rewards. The higher the level difference, the better the rewards. The rewards have not been announced yet, but they shouldn't be lacking. Lin Moyu said, "Teacher asked me to participate in the challenge competition, the higher the level difference the better." A hint of concern appeared on Ning Yi's face, and she said faintly, "With your performance, you have already caught the attention of many people. I heard others talking about you today, saying that you have a promising future, that you're a leading figure of the younger generation. Some say that you may become a godly powerhouse in the future and turn into a pillar of the Shengxia Empire." Lin Moyu also heard a lot of things like that. When others see him now, they clearly are much more polite, even slightly respectful. But this is obviously not what Ning Yi is trying to say. "How do I put it? You don't seem like yourself today." Lin Moyu felt that Ning Yi is a little strange. Ning Yi bit her lower lip and said, "I'm worried. Couple of years ago, the Shengxia Empire has produced several top talents. Although they might not have been a match for you, but they were also very powerful. However, they were assassinated during a trial later on. I'm scared." Lin Moyu smiled and said, "I know about this. It even appeared on the news. But it's okay, I know what I'm doing." Ning Yi sighed and said, "In any case, you must be careful. After all, you are only level 27 and have yet to achieve the second awakening." I'll be careful." Lin Moyu promised. He looked up at the stars, and his eyes surged with a shade of murderous intent. He has killed many of people, and even more demons. He has accumulated a lot of murderous intent by now. Once it breaks out, the faint of heart will surely be frightened. I hope you guys make your move. Otherwise, me serving as bait will be in vain. Lin Moyu thought about what Bai Yiyuan asked him to do. When he asked him to serve as bait, Lin Moyu agreed without hesitation. He knows his situation best. In order to kill him, a top-class user above level 70 has to step in. Otherwise, things will become complicated. Ning Yi leaned her head on Lin Moyu's arm and said no more, but the worry in her eyes didn't vanish. The usual chatter is no more. The conversation has decreased significantly. The two quietly enjoyed the night sky. This felt quite nice. The warm sun rose, and the curtain of light covering the venue disappeared. Everyone noticed that the competition venue has undergone huge changes. The arenas are gone. The 3 areas for the 3 groupings have turned into 3 huge arenas. Each arena has a diameter of more than 200 meters, providing sufficient maneuvering space. For low-level class users below level 40, such large arenas are more than enough. The arenas for the high-level class users are even larger, measuring 1,000 meters in diameter. The arenas are enveloped by huge formations. Each arena not only has referees, but also top healers. The healers are standing in the air, gazing solemnly at the arenas. From pre-selection to the finals, the Shengxia Empire's authorities haven't spoken in person yet. There is no host or anything. Because it's not necessary. People come to watch the competition, not the host. Perhaps only during the award ceremony will the Shengxia Empire's authorities come forward and say a few words. Look, what is that? Suddenly, someone pointed into the air and said loudly. Chapter 179. Shinto Miko, this time Lin Moyu is really done for. 3 light clusters appeared in everyone's view. There is a large dazzling chest in each light cluster. Above each chest, there is a bottle of light purple potion and a gold skill scroll suspended in the air. It goes without saying that the chests are filled with gold coins. In the low-level venue, there are 3 groupings. The reward for first place in each grouping is the same, namely 50 million gold coins, an elementary magical draft, and an elementary flash skill scroll. In the eyes of most people, 50 million gold coins is not a small amount. This is especially the case for class users below level 40. As for the elementary magical draft and elementary flash skill scroll, they are even more valuable. If these 2 things are put out on sale, they will rake in at least 100 million. So this is elementary magical draft. If class users below level 40 consume it, their 4 attributes will be permanently raised by 200 points. This thing is difficult to procure. It isn't available in the trade office. On rare occasions, it can be found in auctions. There is also an elementary flash skill scroll. Although it is only elementary rank, but it is still a priceless treasure. Elementary skills are not necessarily useless. After all, many skills can grow. Most class users can't master all their skills. Even if they have access to massive amounts of skill scrolls, they still may miss 1 or 2 skills. According to the rules of skill scroll usage, the more skills you have mastered, the lower the probability of success. It is highly possible that, even with hundreds of skill scrolls, you won't be able to acquire the last skill. At this point in time, the elementary flash skill scroll can play a huge role. The 3 light clusters hovering in the air told the contestants that the rewards are right here, that if you want to take them, you must prove yourself. The class users down below stared at the rewards, their eyes shining with a shade of determination. Lin Moyu took a look and then looked no more. When he gets his hands on them, he can look more. After the rewards appeared, today's matches finally kicked off. Lin Moyu's team was the 13th one to go up. Just like before, he was the only one to go up. Ning Yi and the other 3 rested outside the arena. Anyway, whether they climb the arena or not, they will just spectate. It's better to spectate from outside the arena. Miao Yu said in a low voice, this time we have drawn the team from Sakura Kingdom, and they seem to be quite amazing. Zhang Taotao made a sound of assent and said, the person leading the team from the Sakura Kingdom is called Nanako, and her class is Shinto Miko, a class unique to the Sakura Kingdom. This class is very mysterious, and there is not much information about it. Although it is not a legendary class, but it is said to be very strange. Different countries and forces have some special bloodlines, giving birth to many unique classes. The Sakura Kingdom has 2 unique classes, namely the well-known legendary class Onmyoji and the more obscure class called Shinto Miko. Shinto Miko is classified as a superior class, and it has rarely appeared in public, so there is very little information available. It is an extremely mysterious class. The team from the Sakura Kingdom walked onto the arena, led by Nanako wearing the Sakura Kingdom's unique clothing and wooden sandals, making clacking sounds while walking. Behind her stand 1 knight, 1 archer, and 2 mages. Hello, Mr. Lin Moyu of the Shengxia Empire. Nanako bowed to Lin Moyu, looking very courteous. This is the impression that the Sakura Kingdom gives many people, it is particularly courteous. As for whether it is a farce or not, only they themselves know. Lin Moyu doesn't have a good impression of the Sakura Kingdom. After all, he has gotten into conflict with people from the Sakura Kingdom a couple of times already. Lin Moyu is clear that the Onmyoji called Tojo Taro wants his life. If he has the chance, he won't leave the other party be. Seeing that Lin Moyu didn't respond, Nanako took 2 steps forward and further lowered her voice. His Majesty the Emperor is very interested in your class. His Majesty the Emperor sincerely invites you to join our country, Mr. Lin. If you have any requests, feel free to speak them, Mr. Lin. I can agree to anything. The hidden meaning in her eyes can be understood by all men. It has to be said that Nanako is very beautiful, has a captivating charm to her. In terms of appearance alone, she is no worse than any girl Lin Moyu has seen so far. However, in Lin Moyu's eyes, no matter how beautiful she is, it is of no use. When she heard Nanako's words, Ning Yi waved her fist, what a slut. Miao Yu agreed, saying, indeed, she's a bitch. Lin Moyu's eyes showed a hint of disgust, get lost. Nanako didn't mind it, saying, Mr. Lin, you can think it over. As she spoke, she retreated to the middle of her team, and the knight positioned himself in front of her. The knight covered Nanako completely. From the front, Nanako could not be seen at all. In order to attack her, you must first defeat the knight. The formation on the arena flickered, forming a large curtain of light that surrounded the entire arena. Along with a soft sound, the match started. Two skeletal mages instantly appeared next to Lin Moyu. The skeletal mages immediately used their skill. Above the team from the Sakura Kingdom, a phantom appeared in the air. It has a human face and a snake body, neither human nor monster. Shikigami. Lin Moyu instinctively thought it is a Shikigami. But upon closer inspection, it is not. This phantom opened its huge mouth and swallowed the attacks coming from the skeletal mages. A laughter rang, and Nanako poked her head out from behind the knight, saying, "Mr. Lin, this is the Sakura Kingdom's human-faced Hebigami, and it can devour all elemental attacks. Your attacks are ineffective against us." Lin Moyu was not surprising. To make it into the finals, you must be capable enough. It naturally won't be a walk in the park. Since elemental attacks are ineffective, then let's try physical attacks. 5 skeletal warriors appeared in front of Lin Moyu and then ran forward along with clicking sounds. At this moment, another phantom appeared above the team from the Sakura Kingdom. A monster covered in spikes, with a boar-like head and an ox-like body, appeared in the air. Skill: Divine Possession. As Nanako shouted, the boar-like monster integrated into the knight's body. The knight's eyes emanated red light, and his aura surged and billowed, as if a strong wind broke out in the arena. At the same time, the knight let out a beast-like roar. Skill: Group Taunt. The 5 skeletons were enveloped by the skill at the same time, forcing them to change targets and charge toward the knight. After being possessed, the knight moved forward instead of retreating and launched the charge skill, rushing toward the skeletons. With a loud bang, the knight was knocked back. The skeletons also paused before continuing to rush forward. Nanako revealed a shocked expression. "Mr. Lin, your skeletons are really powerful. They even managed to knock back a knight possessed by a powerful god." As she spoke, her middle finger flickered with light. Skill: Possession Enhancement. The knight's aura surged once again, as if he received a number of status buffs. The fully strengthened knight roared as he launched another attack against the skeletal warriors. He unexpectedly blocked the 5 skeletal warriors by himself. Although he struggled a bit and kept retreating, but he did indeed block them. These kinds of skills are really unprecedented. The Shinto Miko class of the Sakura Kingdom is very mysterious, and very few people have ever witnessed it. No one understands Nanako's skills. Now that they look at it, the class feels even more mysterious and eerie. The god she summoned must not be a real god. It's more like some kind of summon, similar to Onmyoji's Shikigami. Shikigami can engage in battle independently and have various abilities. Conversely, the things summoned by Nanako can exist independently or integrate with class users, greatly enhancing their combat power. This class is very special and powerful. There are many top class users present, and when they saw Nanako's class skills, their eyes lit up. If these skills were applied to the top class users, would it make them even stronger? Some people are considering going to talk to Nanako afterward. The knight blocked the skeletal warriors. Under the effect of the taunt skill, the skeletal warriors frenziedly attacked the knight and ignored Nanako. Nanako uttered with a smile, "Mr. Ning, it seems your summons aren't very obedient." Lin Moyu smiled. "Not obedient? That's just because he didn't command them." Lin Moyu willed, and the skeletal warriors, who were besieging the knight, changed targets and rushed toward Nanako. Although the knight used the taunt skill, the skeletal warriors ignored him. Nanako's complexion suddenly changed drastically. She really regretted provoking Lin Moyu. She shouted again, "Divine Possession." The god, with a snake body she summoned first quickly merged with a mage. The mage, who had his head lowered until now, suddenly lifted his head, and his eyes shone with red light. A ring of fire appeared in response and knocked back the skeletal warriors. This fire ring of repulsion is stronger than ordinary fire ring of repulsion. It has clearly been enhanced. Nanako used her skill again. A spider-like god appeared above her. Skill: Divine Possession. Along with a loud cry, the spider god integrated into the other mage's body. The mage's eyes lit up with red light. He raised his stave, and wind broke out. Skill: Wind Bind. Shackles appeared on the skeletal warriors and restrained them, making it impossible for them unable to move forward. Everything happened in the time it takes a spark to fly off of a piece of flint. In the blink of an eye, the 5 skeletal warriors have been restrained. Nanako breathed a sigh of relief and said with a smile, Mr. Lin, elemental attacks are ineffective, and the skeletal warriors are restrained. Do you have any other moves? If not, then this is your loss. As she spoke, the knight rushed toward Lin Moyu. In everyone's eyes, Lin Moyu is just a summoner. If a powerful knight gets his hands on him, it will be the end of the road for Lin Moyu. Even though he has 3 skeletal warriors he hasn't summoned yet, but so what, won't they be restrained as well? It's no use. Many people feel that Lin Moyu is really going to be done for this time. Nanako has already plastered a victorious smile on her face. Suddenly, red light shone in the arena. Nanako's smile froze on her face. Chapter 180. A wicked trick that shouldn't see the light of day. Lin Moyu emitted dazzling red light from his palm. Skill. Slowing curse. Nanako and the knight, including the mages and archer in front of her, had a red chain pattern appear on top of their heads. Having been slowed by 40 times, the knight looked as if he entered slow motion. Lin Moyu elegantly and naturally walked past the knight and strode toward Nanako. The knight tried hard to turn. He wanted to turn around, but his speed was too slow. By the time he finished turning around, Lin Moyu had already walked more than 10 meters. There's no way he can catch up to Lin Moyu. Nanako's smile froze on her face. It's not that she wants to continue to smile, but that she can't shed the smile. Her attributes are not as high as that of bosses. Her agility attribute has only reached several hundred points. Now that she's cursed, she's slower than a turtle. As Lin Moyu walked toward her, the anxious Nanako couldn't react at all. What's going on? What's wrong with Nanako? Curse, this is a curse. They have been slowed by many times. Lin Moyu's class is Necromancer. In addition to being a summoner, he is also a mage. A mage who can curse. What a dreadful class. The tip of the iceberg regarding Lin Moyu's class skills was lifted further. The skeletal warriors and skeletal mages are already powerful enough. If they are paired with the curse skill, it's simply terrifying. Nanako's eyes were filled with anxiety. She wanted one of the mages to activate his skill, to use Fire Ring of Repulsion to knock Lin Moyu away. But her skills are very particular. They require hand seals to be performed. Her current speed is too slow. It will likely take her more than 1 minute to complete a set of hand seals. She can't use her skill to direct the mages without hand seals. The 2 mages possessed by gods stood motionless as if puppets. Not only did the mages didn't move, but the archer kept his head down and eyes closed. There was no movement from start to finish. People have discovered this abnormality. So these are Nanako's puppets. No wonder I felt something was fishy. No matter how you look at this, these people aren't normal. They are not living people, but puppets made from dead class users using special methods. HMPH, it's a wicked trick that shouldn't see the light of day. The Sakura Kingdom is just a small country after all, so it can only do such disgraceful things. There are people with discerning eyes among the audience, who immediately saw through the nature of Nanako's class. In fact, it uses the so-called gods to control puppets. In essence, it is a kind of summoner. There is no mystery to speak of. Lin Moyu walked up to Nanako and looked at the frightened Nanako with disdain. A skeletal warrior appeared in front of Nanako. Skill, Berserk Strike. There was a flash of red light, and Nanako disappeared from the arena and then reappeared outside. She was eliminated. The best way to deal with a summoner is to take down the summoner themselves. Lin Moyu also knows this maxim. Subsequently, the skeletal warriors brandished their blades without hesitation. Without Nanako taking charge, coupled with the curse's effect, the puppets had no strength to resist. They were eliminated one after another. From start to finish, the archer puppet didn't even have a chance to take action. Nanako could only watch helplessly. As she looked at Lin Moyu, her eyes were filled with both hatred and fear. If she had brought a healer, things would have gone differently. A healer's purification skill can lift curses. But who would have thought that Lin Moyu can actually use curse skills? Once again, only the tip of the iceberg regarding the Necromancer class skills was revealed. Summon and Curse, the Necromancer class possesses these 2 types of skills. People are speculating whether Lin Moyu has other hidden skills. Lin Moyu won the match. The second match is between the team from the Eagle Kingdom and the team from the Shengxia Empire's Jundan Academy. Zhang Taotao looked at the arena and recounted the information she just obtained. The team from the Eagle Kingdom is out of the ordinary. Many non-official and official teams from different countries are participating in the competition. All non-official teams from the Eagle Kingdom have already been eliminated. Only this official team from the Eagle Kingdom remained in the level 20 grouping and was able to advance to the finals. The team consists of 5 members, namely a Shadow Knight, a Battle King support, an Eagle Eye Archer, an Elemental Mage, and a Shadow Assassin, and they are all superior class users. They don't have a single legendary class user. The Eagle Kingdom is such a large country, yet it can't come up with a few legendary class users. No one would believe that. They must have a reason behind this. Zhang Taotao said in a deep voice, these class users are far stronger than other class users of the same level. Take the Knight for example, an ordinary level 29 Shadow Knight can't defeat the level 29 Shadow Knight from the Eagle Kingdom. The gap between the two isn't the small but the overwhelming kind. Ning Yi looks like she thought of something. I remember the Eagle Kingdom was conducting some experiments a few years ago to develop a new type of strengthening drug. It is said that if they take this drug, a class user's attributes can be raised by a number of times. After taking this drug, superior class users can rival legendary class users. Ning Yi overheard her grandfather talk about this matter. Zhang Taotao said, this is not only the case in our grouping, but also in other groupings. There is a team from the Eagle Kingdom with extraordinary strength in each grouping. It seems that the Eagle Kingdom has successfully developed the new drug. Ning Yi said softly, you have to be careful. Lin Moyu smiled reassuringly. He felt that even if their attributes were raised by several times, they still shouldn't be able to surpass his skeletal warriors. Thanks to his talent, the attributes of the skeletal warriors have been enhanced by 30 times. On the arena, the team from the Eagle Kingdom and the team from the Jundan Academy have already engaged in combat. From the beginning of the match, the team from the Eagle Kingdom showed a crushing momentum, putting the team from the Jundan Academy under tremendous pressure. The team from Jundan Academy wasn't organized by the students themselves, but was constructed by the Jundan Academy. Each team member is level 29, is wearing the best silver equipment, and has comprehensive skills. Most importantly, the captain of the team is a legendary class user, Divine Eye Sniper, Lu Shanren. The Jundan Academy dispatched a team led by a legendary class user, determined to take first place in this grouping. But unexpectedly, they were stifled right after reaching the finals. The Eagle Kingdom's Shadow Knight attacked like crazy, emitting black gas from all over his body, bringing about a smidge of bloody light with every attack. By causing damage to the enemy, he can restore his health and stamina and heal himself. With this feature, if it weren't for it being relatively weak in the later stages, Shadow Knight would have been classified as a legendary class. The opponent's Eagle Eye Archer has extremely powerful attack power, his every attack akin to a small explosion. The Eagle Kingdom's Elemental Mage unleashed magic spells unbridledly, restraining the team of the Jundan Academy. The healer gritted his teeth and launched healing skills repeatedly, allowing the team to persevere. However, if this continues, they will be defeated sooner or later. Buy me some time, Divine Eye Sniper Lu Shanren said in a grave voice. The knight standing at the very front of the team bellowed without hesitation. Skill. Group Taunt. Skill. Extreme Defense. The knight attracted the firepower of the Eagle Kingdom's team and raised his defense to the extreme, all to buy time for Lu Shanren. Lu Shanren is shining from all over, gathering power. The reason why legendary class users are called legendary class users is not only because their attributes are higher than those of other people of the same level, but even more because their skills are stronger. The attacks of the Eagle Kingdom's team are very powerful, and so extreme defense's radiance weakened gradually. The Jundan Academy's mage constantly released magic spells, but his attacks could only cause minor damage to the opponent's Shadow Knight. The opponent's Battle King support can heal him with just one healing skill. The Jundan Academy's team only hope now rests on Lu Shanren's strongest skill. Lin Moyu feels that something is off. The Eagle Kingdom's class users look strong. But why does it feel like their rationality has been affected? If it were me, I would find a way to interrupt Lu Shanren's power-building skill. When they heard Lin Moyu's words, Zhang Taotao and the others felt he was right. These people have an excited glow in their eyes, looking like wild beasts. Lin Moyu surmised that there must be a problem with the drug. There are two sides to a coin. For the drug to be able to provide such a great enhancement, it must have significant drawbacks. Lu Shanren's skill was finally done gathering power. Accompanied by brilliant light, an arrow trailing a long tail of light behind it shot across the air and then exploded like a firework. Skill. Ruinous Arrow Blast. In the next moment, a massive number of arrows appeared in the middle of the firework and whistled down like a storm, their scope vast, practically covering half of the arena. Each arrow possesses formidable offensive power. At the same time, they will explode upon contact. Booming sounds rose incessantly, and the entire arena shook. The storm formed by the arrows lasted for a long time, one wave after another, showing no intention to stop. There is indeed something wrong. Ning Yi let out a low shout. Amid the storm of arrows, the Eagle Kingdom's team didn't dodge, but instead faced it head-on. Even the Battle King's support is the same. He healed himself when injured, but he didn't dodge. Unless absolutely unavoidable, no class user would stand foolishly in place like this. Zhang Taotao recalled the information she obtained before, saying, they previously crushed their opponents with overwhelming power, so no one noticed it until now. It seems that there is a big problem with the drug. The Ruinous Arrow Blast skill lasted for a full 30 seconds, leaving the arena full of potholes. Lu Shanren panted heavily. To unleash this skill, he had to draw upon his energy reserves, leaving him nearly drained. The 5 class users from the Eagle Kingdom were no longer in the arena. They haven't withstood the Ruinous Arrow Blast skill. Lin Moyu shook his head. To turn class users into beasts that only know how to attack, it will ultimately only bring about destruction. Having dealt with abyssal demons, he learned that class users should be able to advance and retreat in an orderly manner. A blind offensive will only end in failure. For them to be able to win so far, they mustn't have encountered a powerful team before. Lin Moyu said, if the teams from the Eagle Kingdom are all like this, they will lose in other groupings as well.